Well, thank you, though. Listen, Mr. Hanna, you were able to do drugs during the day and still function, still do your job.
How the fuck else would you do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend. Right? It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
Fugazi, it's fake.
Yeah, fugazi, fugazi. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real. There's two keys to success in the broken business. First of all, you gotta stay relaxed.
Yeah.
You jerk off?
Do I jerk off? Yeah. Yeah, I jerk off, yeah.
How many times a week?
Like, three, four times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. I myself, I jerk off at least twice a day. Once in the morning, right after I work out, and then once right after lunch.
Really?
Okay? I want to. That's not why I do it. I do it because I fucking need to. Think about it. You're dealing with numbers all day long. Decimal points, high frequencies, bang, bang, bang. Fucking digits. All very acidic, above the shoulders, mustard shit. Right? Kind of wick some people out.
Right.
You gotta feed the geese to keep the blood flowing. Keep the rhythm below the belt.
Done.
This is not a tip. This is a prescription. Trust me. If you don't, you will fall out of balance, split your differential, and tip the fuck over. Or worse yet, I've seen this happen. Implode.
No, I don't want to implode, sir.
No, you don't.
I'm in it for the long run, you know?
Yeah, implosions are ugly.
Yeah.
Pop off to the bathroom, work one out anytime you can, and when you get really good at it, you'll fucking be stroking it, and you'll be thinking about money. Come on. With a common denominator. Keep it up for me. See how we roll. How the money comes in, the parade comes to town. Going down Broadway is a one-way street, whichever way I go. Yeah.
Hello. We're
I'm
live.
unmuted. He's unmuted. She's unmuted. We're all
goddamn
unmuted.
I didn't have my TV muted, so that might have a little repeat. But I have an important question for you today. Have you done your mandatory two masturbations today, Spooge? Matthew McConaughey demands
no.
it.
I didn't.
Oh,
Didn't
man.
have time.
Damn it. You're not gonna have any power, man. You're not gonna have any power tonight.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the planets aligning will give me a little bit back.
That all that power went to Chris Chan, especially the Get Out.
Oh yeah.
That is faux shizzle, my nizzle.
Unless Chris Chan was the one who made them alive, forcefully.
Faux shizzle, my nizzle.
Faux shizzle, my nizzle. Miss
Boy.
Frizzle.
Faux shizzle, my nizzle.
I remember. Damn, that brings me back to fucking elementary school. I don't think I've heard faux shizzle, my nizzle. But in elementary school, there's also for shizzle, my nizzle, Miss Frizzle. And they go, oh!
Faux shizzle, my nizzle.
But is this relevant to anything?
Faux shizzle, my nizzle.
Try to get my screen up here.
Okay. Oh god. That worked out beautifully. That worked out beautifully.
Hey, it's actually showing this time. Oh, I
Oh,
pressed
fuck
the
yeah.
wrong video.
Hell yeah. But
Don't know why it wasn't yesterday, or not
Hey.
yesterday, but the last.
Usually my planned bits are like bombs, but oh man, that one was great.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There's a reason why I'm gonna be saying "for shizzle my nizzle" a lot more now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got this. Queued up. All right, you got your. I gotta share this with you, don't I? Yes,
Yeah.
I
I
do.
mean, unless you want me on a lag, because I am watching it on TV, but it'll
Hey,
be.
that's not what I need. Get me off of here. Get me the fuck off of here.
Oh shit.
Your boy. I was about to say. Alright. So, do you see it now? Can you see it now? Can you hear the audio?
I can only see my frozen face. Wait, there we go.
Whoa.
Now I can see it.
Okay, good. Alright. So, first video of the day. This reporter, this meteorologist, has come into the news recently for saying "faux shizzle my nizzle."
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Before we know it, she'd have a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
For shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you. Julie, what you think about that? Huh, she says.
Well, get this.
Fired.
You got fired?
Fired. She got fired for saying
She
"for
got fired?
shizzle." She got fucking fired.
Damn.
Hello, guys and gals.
Damn. Come on. That was just silly old white lady thing. No, you don't fire for that. You didn't even know what she's saying.
No, they were talking
She's like,
about
oh, it's
Snoop
just
Dogg.
that's.
No.
Yeah,
they were
no,
talking
but
about Snoop Dogg.
I
so she
know,
knew
yeah, but
exactly.
she doesn't exactly know. She doesn't know the context of that, though. She didn't know the full context. She's like, oh, yeah, that's just, what Snoop Dogg says. She doesn't know the full of, like...
"For shizzle my nizzle."
She thinks it's innocent. It's like, oh, yeah, it's just those fun black words. Snoop Dogg says, right?
Fucking fired. Fucking
Damn.
fired. Straight up just
Fired! Fired!
Hey, you know exactly where I got that from, too.
I think.
Cat in the Hat.
I think that's what I'm referencing.
Cat in the
Oh,
Hat,
yeah.
baby. Yes,
It is, yeah, it is. That is where I'm getting that from. I couldn't exactly place it in my mind. Wasn't that fucking like Martin Short or something?
It was who was it? He's from Will and Grace. He's from Will and Grace. I know that. The show
Okay.
Will and Grace. I can't exactly remember, but yeah.
Is he Will?
No, he doesn't play Will. I don't think he plays Will.
I don't know. Was Will and Grace the one that's like there's a gay guy in there?
Yeah, well, yeah. He's a gay guy. But it's hard to pin her down because she's really. I guess you can. I think it's the same lady that plays in Avengers now as the chick that's making the Thunderbolts. I think it's the same actress. She plays in it as like a very high-pitched voice. I think it's the same actress. I actually have to.
I want to know what affiliate this news channel is. Must be like NBC
I
or
have
something.
no clue. I had to find a short, of course, because there's no like actual video because nobody can do it. The age of TikTok, nobody can make a.
Because this was Fox News. I don't think she would have got fired for saying for shizzle my nizzle.
No, they would have laughed. They would have laughed at her and carried on like you're supposed to.
Yeah, it's just funny.
This is
My brother's like cracking the hell up too. This is not. No one. no one
you're-
got offended by this.
your
And
Bluetooth.
I'm gonna sound weird for a second because my headphones just turned off for a second, and they're gonna
Yep.
return.
Yep.
And
It might
Bluetooth
be.
is reconnecting.
Yeah, it's got a.
There we
adjust
go.
Your audio. All right. It's
Yeah, I love when it does that. That's real fun. Thank you, headphones.
hey, it just lets the audience know this is 100% professional. 100% professional.
Hey,
Yeah, just-
how about you guys send us some more money? We could get better equipment. Then we'd have less technical difficulties.
If they would just subscribe, that would be great.
Honestly, yeah, just starting with that.
Like,
I mean, we don't
let's-
even have like a Cash
let's-
App or like anything connected anyway yet. So.
yeah.
But if
no,
you want to send us money, let us know in the comments.
yeah, look, please. Because we would not mind setting up a way to get donos.
I mean, we'll just put a Cash App up there. Cash
Yeah.
App up there.
Yeah, if fucking King
That's Scoot
Cobra,
does.
if King Cobra can get donos, we can get donos.
Oh yeah.
And you can't fucking say he makes better content than us when half his fucking streams is literally him just drunk.
Well, I
and
think
passed
people
out.
donate to him to like fuel his
They're killing him.
alcoholism for content.
It's like fucking. It's like Blade. It's like Only Use Me Blade. They're killing him.
I guess if we wanted the type of audience that's gonna send us money but also be actively against us at the same time.
Hey,
I'm
any
hoping
any
for a
kinda
little bit
ca-
more of a community.
Hey, we can foster a community out of hatred. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, but you're never gonna want to meet these people.
Yeah.
At least
no,
want like one person, like one small group of people that'd be like,
Look.
oh, you could do a meetup, you know?
Let's face it. I really don't want to meet any of my cult followers, but I'm gonna have to eventually. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you can't just have a bunch of level zeros running around. That's not okay. Can't. And there's
Mhm.
only 4 max. There's only 4 max levels in the planet right now. That's not okay either. We got to get some more max levels. And the only way we can get max levels is if people will fucking level up. And the only way you can level up is if you donate to us.
Or if we just decide that you've leveled up.
Hey, no. We can mark down several contributions that Murda and Starfish had did to the cult. Thank you very much. You don't have to donate cash. Sometimes you just have to donate your time.
Mm-hmm. Or I guess content for the major lady. So, hey, speaking
Yeah,
of
I have no clue.
of
We were
levels.
gonna-
Wait, is Christian part of the levels? Or is that like an anti-level?
Ooh, Christian. To be honest, Christian is a no level. Christian is a no level.
hmm
They are not. They are definitely not for individualism. That is for damn sure. Because that is the key. You're a no level unless you're for individualism. But you got to be omniness. Unless you can be atheist, but you can't be that kind of atheist. The only people that can be that kind of atheist is Spooge, and that what I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. The internet atheist.
The internet atheist?
Yeah, I
You mean the
cannot
amazing
remember-
atheist?
Yes, that's I cannot remember.
I mean,
that for some
he
reason.
ain't, he's not like the greatest.
That's what I'm saying.
He's,
Like,
he's
you
con-
can't be.
yeah.
You can't be like that.
Oh, okay.
Only they
I
can
mean,
be.
he's funny sometimes.
Like I said, only he can be like that.
Mhm. Sure.
If you want to be an atheist, you got to be a cool atheist. You can't be a dickbag. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
The ones that's gonna like pull out their cell phone and like shove it in their face, like full of encyclopedias. Like, here's the fucking facts. It's like, you ain't gotta do that, man.
I always feel bad for some of those people because I do understand a lot of that is kind of from trauma of growing up in a religious that they become like the other side of the coin in reaction.
Just too extreme. That's the problem with group thought. That's the problem with group thought. Not every fucking body can go with the group.
Yeah.
I better not be muted. I better not be muted. Okay, good. I was about to be mad because I'm dropping hard facts here, man.
You're going back up on the list.
Yeah, we're gotta watch. I forget. I got a little bit of ADD right now. Fucking Mudahar. Go into Mudahar because he's the only one that's covered it.
Oh yeah, because I did see that he was getting released like yesterday. Because I guess they put in the bail yesterday, and then he's getting released today.
Something like that.
Because I saw a
something
video
like
that he was free before, but I didn't. I was almost gonna put it on the list, but like the video sucked.
Yeah, no, the Mudahar's got our back.
Okay.
Good. That's the good thing about having to put yourself into everything and being somewhat professional on how you cover it. you get that content.
Yeah. It's true.
Tells me Mudahar, I did not expect to be making this video
You just sacrifice a little bit of
at
your
all.
personality.
Now, about 2 years ago, I made a video where we talked about the end of Chris Chan. And in that video, basically we were looking at the internet's most documented individual, right? Jesus Christ, not even close, all right? Anybody in the world, any political figure, public figure, not even close to the amount of things we know about Chris Chan. We literally know about this person's life from conception all the way to today. That's how wild it is. Truly a person raised by the internet. A person that has become the first...
Raised and abused.
Fucking, I wouldn't say raised. I would say fucking gang stalked and legitly gang stalked and completely.
I mean, the internet's been
warped
like
to-
an absent father that sometimes comes in drunk every other week to beat him.
that's a very light metaphor to put it, to be honest. The internet is more like the neighborhood bully that for some reason gets to fuck his mom as well.
Yeah, get access to the house.
Yeah, just has constant access to the house. So like he'll just be like randomly just sitting there, and next thing you know, his bully just bursts into the fucking room and starts wailing on him and going, "I'm gonna go fuck your mom now," and he goes fuck his mom.
True.
And
Which is why Chris had to turn the tables up.
God damn it.
Had to take back power. Lion rules.
I know I shouldn't. I wasn't even. That's not even why I was using that metaphor. I wasn't even trying to open up that joke, but holy shit.
But it was there.
Hey, the planets are aligning. It's a magical night, man. It's a magical night. Who knows
It's a
what will
magical
happen?
night.
Fucking
It's a magical
the
night.
amateur, I can't remember his name for some reason. It's like Jacob something, but the amateur Aleister Crowley, he might be able to get his wishes. He might be the fucking reason why Chris Chan got out. We don't know. We don't know, cause he is weird, man. That dude, we gotta cover that. There's got to be someone that covers him. I'm actually gonna look that up while we're watching this.
first
Go on.
brony, the first Let's Player, really. A person whose life had become an incredibly, incredibly sad version of The Truman Show in reality. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Chan had went to prison, and if you're wondering, whoa, Muda, why did they go to prison? Well, I'm just going to straight up say it. They had actually sexually assaulted their mother, okay? All right, I'm not going to try to, use some code words for YouTube's filters over here. I don't really care. I'm just going to straight up say what happened. Now, I'm not going to dive too much into that subject. I already covered it a year ago, so if you want to go check that
The little message. All I saw was a flash of that G spot.
What?
Go back to what that said. The text on there said. There's some text on the. It was like was it a tweet, or was that like the message you was sending on Discord? Was that one of his Discord things? But she's got a really a bit of a sensitive G spot, because apparently, I don't believe Mr. C, his dad, parentheses, or any of her past boyfriends and ex-husbands ever really hit her G spot with their dicks. Chris, it's quotes to live by.
Oh my god. Oh no.
And you know, hit that G spot. You didn't know what a G spot is. She doesn't. They don't. It doesn't.
Apparently it knows the G spot. Apparently. Oh god, this is.
I really hope they're lying. I really hope this is part of a fantasy and they're lying and that this didn't happen.
It doesn't. It just even so, just the fact that they're lying about fucking making their mom more.
I mean, that's bad, but knowing that it actually happened, and that.
Oh, it's 100 times worse. Oh man, I don't. That's not what I want to know. Oh, that's the last thing that I wanted to know. Oh god.
But let's hear about this totally stable person being out.
Oh man, that actually might make me sick a little bit.
We need a lolcow zoo, like a humane one. But I want to go to the lolcow farm.
This lolcow just needs to be fucking castrated. He needs to be fucking.
Give him a little cupcake with some like heroin in it.
Needs to be fixed.
Then he just
needs to be fixed.
Then he just needs to wake up.
Like
yeah, but then you could lie to them and say like, hey, this is your reassignment surgery.
See, exactly. That is true. But I am putting it up here. This is proof. Chris Chan is proof. Not everybody needs their nuts. Not everybody
needs their nuts, and it's not in a violent way either. Some people just will be better at life without their nuts.
I mean, you won't be driven to rape your demented 87-year-old mom. I mean, let's stop beating around the bush. That would have never happened if they weren't sexually charged and couldn't fucking find a release. What's really frustrating is they can find a fucking release because they've done prostitution before and they decided not to go that route again. Even though that's the most safest fucking route that person could have gone. It's a lot better than, again, sexually assaulting your demented 87-year-old mom.
Think of the poor desperate John who had to settle for that. That was just like, "There's really nobody else on the road." If we hit the liquor store, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand that.
It's terrible. It's terrible. But let's continue.
All right, I'm not going to try to, use some code words for YouTube's filters over here. I don't really care. I'm just going to straight up say what happened. Now, I'm not going to dive too much into that subject. I already covered it a year ago. So if you want to go check that out, the video is still up. The video still has all the relevant audio, the voice calls that you can listen to. Now, the reason why this subject has come up is because since then, Chris Chan has been in jail pretty much indefinitely, all right? They were supposed to be up in front of a court, but there were so many continuances basically being issued that they have spent over a year in prison, all because of this incest lawsuit. This incest charge. Now, of course, the reason we're talking about it, ladies and gentlemen, is they're free. If you've been following Custody Record, Christine Weston Chandler, age 41,
is it owned by an
Central
incest
Virginia
charge?
Regional Jail.
Yep. They're not getting
man.
elderly
It
abuse
shows-
at all. They're not getting elderly
That
abuse.
shows
one
how
bit.
fucking it is pretty hard to get for those types of things.
Not
it's
in
actually
this case. Like, she has legit dementia. Like, she's been diagnosed. Like, there should be no fucking doubt about it. Like, that he's been.
But I feel like there's definitely why they're leaning towards the
he's been
incest
abusing
because they're not
Barbara.
confident enough.
They've been abusing. It has been abusing Barbara for years now. I mean, years.
Mhm.
The abuse started. It's not as well documented as people would think. But the abuse started like around 2017, 2018.
Are you talking about sexual abuse?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or just like general abuse? Are you talking about
I don't know.
is there some physical abuse that we
I wouldn't be able to tell you if the sexual abuse could have been there from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard to it's hard to say when Isabel Jenkins has entered the picture, because I think around it's hard to keep track, either 2018 or 2019 she bought him a Switch, like that some mysterious donor like just randomly bought Christina a Switch. So, and that was Isabel Jenkins, like that's confirmed to be Isabel Jenkins that did that. Like, so they've been grooming them, so, and that's who spurred on the incestuous relationship.
Yeah.
So it could have been there as soon as they got the trust, or it could have been something recent that just came to light. We don't know, because the confession didn't happen until 2021.
Yeah, and it was Isabel, right? Didn't like Isabel leak their conversations with each other?
I believe
or is that someone else?
No, it was Isabel's accomplice who was actually attracted to Christina and was trying to get a weird relationship with Christina, and Isabel Jenkins was just an awful fucking human being that was taking advantage of the situation.
Strange.
Oh yeah, it's very disappointing. Like, watching the documentaries now, we're like almost out of 2019, and it's just disheartening, because it's not gonna get.
I remember from the context of the conversations, I remember it seemed like it was like something that I think which would point to like maybe some light abuse, like ramping up, like. It was definitely, it seemed like they just finally had the confidence that they tried for the full thing, you know?
Maybe
like doing the full deed.
There's really not enough evidence to really determine when it started. Is all I wanted to say. Like, it could have been there from the second but the elder abuse, not even the sexual abuse, but the elder abuse that's been going on for a while now.
I mean, yeah, the only one who. I mean, we can't even really say that he was put together fully mentally either, but like the only one who was kind of put together was their dad, who could kind of keep it somewhat. I guess, that they had a house.
He was put together, but he definitely was like one of those boomers that was stuck. Like, he believed it was still the 70s, like, wholeheartedly. And that's how the life and society function was exactly like in the 70s.
Yeah, but as soon as, like, she... I mean, you can't be in custody of someone who's is technically also in custody of you. You can't have.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like Christina, once she was never her custody is herself. Like she is labeled high functioning, and that again, that's why this
Which is
fucking-
not high functioning. Is not that for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's because the spectrum is so broad. That if the spectrum was narrower, then they definitely wouldn't be considered high functioning.
I don't even think. I feel like they just had a. I mean, because sometimes you just get a
It's
bad doctor
because
because that is not
that-
high functioning. Because high functioning means that you can function.
Well, it depends because the amateur Aleister Crowley, he's also autistic, and he is severely more autistic than Christina. Like if we're putting them side by side, Christina looks fucking normal. Like that's why it's such a
like
a
high functioning
problem.
means that you could go out and get a job without like assistance. You know?
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
Definitely needs to be narrowed down more. I definitely agree with that because there's
High
definitely
functioning
I've known
just
people
means high functioning just means you can hold a job for like a month, and that's not even usually the case either. Usually, it's just you can get a job. Somehow, you can get a job,
Mhm.
and that's considers you high functioning.
I don't know. It's been confusing since Asperger's got mixed back into it because of like how Asperger's is like not a thing anymore. It's like actually just considered a part of the spectrum of autism.
Yeah, it's like very, very light autism.
Mhm.
Which it should
Which
just
is
be its own fucking thing like it was, but hey, that's broadening the spectrum that should be narrower.
because
But of course that's
'cause
just my theory, but you know.
with like the old thing of Asperger's, I'd definitely say would be closer to me than like definitely like a lot of the other autism types of things. You know?
Yeah, see, that's the problem when it comes to autism. I still separate Asperger from because I was taught that Asperger's was. So if you told me that you had I would be like, yeah, maybe, the tiny little
Yeah,
bit.
but from what I understand of Asperger's now, it's like on the higher end of high functioning. You know?
Yeah, it's considered now. That's what it's considered now. But again,
Yeah.
that's because.
So just to
the
clear up
fucking-
anything, whenever I say that I suspect myself of being on the spectrum, that's
again,
usually what I'm talking about.
You suspect that you're on the broad spectrum, which I highly say, and you do agree with me as well. You said it
Mhm.
to me that it does need to be narrower. Like it is too
Yeah,
broad.
it's an art. I mean, psychology is an art. It's real. It's
Oh.
about as solid. It's less solid, even less solid than fucking what we know about like dinosaurs and stuff and that shit. We don't even
it's
we don't even fucking know. We don't even really know what they
psychology,
fucking look like.
It's a very chaotic art as well.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like staring at an ink block. You're more like staring at one of those paintings where one of the artists just like threw buckets of paint at the canvas and then started slapping it and then fucking started hitting it with a broom. You know,
Mhm.
it's just completely out there.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll continue. Let's continue.
Yeah. Get in. That's the relax talk for you, though. We're relax. We relax and we talk here. That's the two things we do. It's the relax talk.
Bonded out. Now, initially, this made everyone on the internet kind of question who is bonding Chris Chan out of prison. Now, to me, I was looking at this for a fair bit. I've been looking at this, basically keeping tabs on it since it is initially ever kicked out. And to be honest with you, I was pretty much under the belief that this person was denied bond anyways. There were a lot of news articles at the time covering how during some of these actual, court hearings after Chris Chan had been arrested, they were denied bond because of legitimately safety concerns. It was written over here by Edwin Consalvo, the actual attorney for Green Commons Wealth, that they would actually be held without bond because they were concerned about the community's safety and Chandler's safety as well. Also, the safety of their mother, who was the prime victim of basically what had happened with their own hands. Now, what's really wild is even during the proceedings, Christine Chandler would literally get up and talk about, I'm famous on the internet. to the point where even their like PD, their public defender, had to be like, listen, just please stop. You're making yourself look like a dipshit in front of the judge. And you could imagine that every time that the judge had used like the wrong pronoun, because Chris.
I don't know. Do you honestly think rubbing your YouTube clout in a judge's face is not gonna get you off the charges?
Hey, I'm a YouTuber.
Hey,
You gotta let me go.
Yeah, come on. I make content. What else am I supposed
If I'm
to
in jail,
do?
if I'm
I
in
can't
jail,
make
how am I
content.
supposed to make? Yeah, I can make content.
Come on, man. Don't do me like that.
Yeah, don't be a Wojcinski.
Yeah.
All right.
Dean Chandler is trans. They again got up and started to mouth off to the judge. Now, I don't have to remind you how stupid that is during a court proceeding when you get up and you're mouthing off to a judge. Trust me, 100% of judges will take that shit seriously. This is a big ego trip for a lot of them, and they will put you in your place. So basically, bond was never really a thing, and nobody could really go and bond this person out. So, of course, people kind of wondered what the hell was going on. Did Viper bust Chris Chan out of prison? I mean, the song only came out 10 hours ago. No, Viper did not.
Oh shit! Oh shit, Viper!
Yo, dude. What is happening
I hope
today,
it's that.
man?
Fucking Viper, man!
What is
Holy
happening
shit.
today? What
I
the
gotta get back into
fuck?
Viper.
What the fuck is happening today, man?
I didn't know that song existed. I need to find that fucking song.
How the fuck is it was literally posted like 10 hours of recording this fucking video, dude. And this video was only posted 5 hours ago, so it's like 15 hours ago. The day Chris Chan gets out of jail, Viper drops a song titled I Busted Chris Chan Out of Jail.
Yes.
And the planets are aligning, dude. What is today, man?
Oh,
what
shit.
is today?
I mean, I don't want to support Christian, but I mean anyone who teams up with Viper. We definitely need a feature. We definitely need a track with both of them.
That is fucking bizarre.
I mean,
man.
in a weird
Who
way,
would've thought?
Christian does kind of have street cred now.
I guess so. He does. He fucking does. He served a year. God damn it. He's got more street cred than we do.
Oh yeah, I've never stepped foot in a prison or jail.
I was in the back of a cop car one time, and that was it. Like I said, he's got fucking more street cred than we. God damn it.
Fucking Christian.
Chris Chan got more street cred than us.
Can we give him street cred though? Because then that means like any pedophile who's like been to prison more than a year, he's got street cred
He's not
too.
a pedophile though. He's not a pedophile though.
I feel like this is the same type of thing. I mean, it's someone out of their mind.
Maybe. You know what?
I feel like, and if you put a kid in front of it, like in the same house,
To
with
be honest,
Christian, I feel like
I'm gonna have to. I would have to ask somebody that has been in jail. What would be the?
if
we
they're
should
a
ask
literal
somebody.
mother, if they fuck their elderly mother, how is that handled in jail?
Like that's yeah, definitely. I need to.
At the very least, they're not gonna want to sit with you at lunch.
I'll have to ask my buddy G White.
Yeah, what do you think about Chris Chan?
All right.
In fact, bust Chris Chan out of prison. In fact, the actual prison system kind of updated it and straight up said, no, they're released by court order. Now, of course, to understand, if you had to look into the charge that Chris Chan was facing, when it comes to the act of incest, any person who engages in it with whatever family member, basically is subject to a Class 5 felony. Now, according to Virginia's felony databases, those are considered wobblers. And of course, they're basically crimes that can either be a felony or a misdemeanor, depending on basically how the judge, or if it's a jury trial, basically want to treat it. So of course, it could literally be all the way from 1 year in prison, all the way to 10 years in prison. Or it could be up to 12 months in jail if you basically just got it as a misdemeanor conviction. Now, again, that's entirely up to how a judge sees it. And of course, from what I understand, the trial still has not happened, and it's still the judgment still needs
I
to
wish
be
the
put
court
down.
wasn't
Now,
just
if you
focusing only on the incest. I know that's really bad. I
It's
know
not
it'd be
even
really bad, but if this was a
the
situation,
problem though, like even what they're focusing on is not good enough. Like it's called considered
Yeah.
a wobbler, like that.
yeah, that's like the point. This isn't just like like taking. If I guess if you took away from like the context of like their mental, what they are mentally, if you just like looked at like, oh, this was
Dude.
an adult mother and adult son who fucked, then it'd be like, yeah, that's bad and that shouldn't be okay, but it's not to the level of this. This was in a more akin to a
They're
rape.
gonna get they're gonna get the sanity plea.
The sanity plea, the like
Yeah.
insanity plea.
Yep, they're
I
gonna
mean,
get the insanity plea. Yep,
that's
Yep.
good.
it's
That's
no.
that's perfect.
I
Put them in
guess
because that's where they belong. They need to be in the hospital.
that's the problem. That's the problem. There is no hospital to put them. Those places don't exist anymore. They'll be court mandated
They have
to see
some places where
they'll be court mandated to go to a psych ward of a hospital like every
Yeah.
3 months to be
But they
checked
can
on,
check out,
and that's
though.
it. Yeah, they won't. They'll have to check in. They'll have to go every 3 months, and it will be like a standard checkup, like going to the doctor. So for those 3
Yeah.
months, they could be out doing what the fuck ever. Like no,
Mhm.
there is no insanity hospitals anymore. They done away with those places.
but at least they'd be getting something. Because they definitely, I don't
I guess.
think Christian just needs to
But
be in prison. I don't think prison's the right way.
The prison's not the right thing, but definitely needs to be put
But don't
away.
prisons themselves have like facilities for more mentally?
Maybe I don't. I would have to confirm on that.
'Cause I'm pretty sure.
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm trying to remember when, because they got rid of those like a long time ago. I know, like the actual like asylums.
Oh yeah, there
And,
is no asylums. There is no psych ward. Like you can go to a psych ward at a hospital because they always will have those, but that there is no like actual building that focus solely on psychology anymore. Because
But I know that
most of those
that
places
Peter
weren't
Steele
even
at one
focusing on
point-
psychology. Really, they were just like sick, twisted experiments that people were performing on live.
But I know
people.
that Peter Steele, and it was actually like in the 2000s, he was put into like the psych
it was
ward
like,
part of Rikers Island.
yeah, it was like fucking shit. They
And he
still
was forced to do that.
They still might have that. But I want to say it was like 2008, 2009 when they were doing away with the asylums and psychiatric
Oh, okay, then
hospitals.
yeah,
and stuff.
that's about when it happened.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it was
that's when it
2008.
started, and they didn't go fully away. There might still be some active because they're it's a long process that not every place just disappears overnight. So
So
of
no, it
course,
was mainly
there,
when like
there might be the
Reagan
straggler here and there.
Reagan
but
era that he took
it's
away like all the
definitely not-
funding
you're-
for that, right?
You're not, huh?
It was Reagan that took all the funding away from that, right? I think I remembered it being Ronald Reagan,
I think.
which
I
would have been the
think-
80s.
I want to say Reagan started it and Bill Clinton
Yeah.
finished it off for some reason.
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. But there
Sounds right.
that
I
is
definitely
like-
know Reagan
I
started
know
it.
I shouldn't be for it, but that's like the best thing that could have happened though, because again, those places were not good at all. They were
Yeah.
not helping whatsoever. They were just
Oh no,
making the
yeah, they're
situation
horrible
worse.
places
Yeah, they fucking just doing
because they
whatever
weren't regulated
experiments.
at all.
Nope, no regulations
Or even, like,
whatsoever.
There's no eyes on them. It was just like, hey, we'll just hire like some people that like the only people.
They would hire me and
well-
you. They would literally
Yeah.
legitly just hire just two schmoes that need a job.
Mhm.
And
And then
we
it's
would
like
be
the only
put in-
schmoes are going to
we-
be taking
we
that
would
up
be
is going
put
to be
in
the
a
weirdest.
coat. We would literally be put in a fucking doctor's coat and made like a therapist. And we could literally
there's,
just do whatever we wanted.
Or all those like white T-shirts and white pants.
They
You always
wouldn't
have
have
to be
made us
the
orderlies.
big tough
They
guys.
definitely wouldn't have made us orderlies. We would not have been made orderlies.
Yeah, we're not big enough for orderlies.
So we definitely would have been a go-getter. They
Mm-hmm.
definitely would have told us to go get patient so and so and shit like that, and talk to patient so and so at so and so times.
Oh yeah.
But that we would still have been hired, and we would have had more authority in that place than any other fucking government official or anything. We would have the authority to lock the government's officials up in there because they. You twitched a little bit there. We got a little electric shock therapy that can get rid of that twitch for you.
Yeah, that's the main problem. It started becoming people's like own personal little like Auschwitzes.
Yeah, it's just like fucking experimenting, doing whatever they wanted to mentally handicap people. And it's not like the mentally handicapped people, even when they could coherently say, hey, these fucking people are fucking me up, people were like, oh, you're just crazy. That's just you being crazy. And we're just
because a lot of those like systems were built on kind of like, I mean, especially later too, had like the kind of mentality, also like the eugenics mentality.
So, like, that's the one thing. Unfortunately, we have to say that's the one thing that the judicial system has above the psychological healthcare is you're not gonna get gaslit by the person that's supposed to be helping you. The judicial system basically tells you you're fucked to begin with.
Yeah.
Let us continue.
Juice is loose.
If you know anything about the American prison system, as far as I understand, basically all the time you serve in prison while you wait up for your trial basically gets tallied up as time served. So let's say that you go to,
That's if the judge determines it. That's if the judge determines that the time you have spent is time served. They can say no, that's not happening.
That's true.
Say that what happens with Chris Chan is they say, hey, listen, you've been charged for 1 year, okay? Your sentence is 1 year in a prison facility. Well, because Chris Chan already served a year in a prison facility before that charge or that judgment got passed down, they're basically going to be let out. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. Now, you might be like, what if they get 10 years in prison?
All right, I was about to say, but this can't happen because this isn't their first offenders. I was wondering why they weren't trying to go for first offenders. Like, this is their first offense, like, ever. But this isn't their first offense. Their first offense was hitting Buddy with their car, trying to fucking get unbanned from the card shop. Oh, peanut.
And did they ever get charged for pepper spraying that GameStop employee?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
No. They went to court. They went to trial for it, but every time they did up until now, the charges have been dropped because the judge has felt sorry for... I don't think they felt sorry for Chris Jane. I think they felt sorry for the mom, for Barbara. They was like, fucking Barbara's got to deal with this, and now we're going to throw this person into jail and put this old lady through that? Nah. So, that's definitely what happened. Definitely dragged the abused, demented mom that doesn't know to the court case, and you get sympathy from the judge, apparently.
But then he fucked her.
Prison. To be honest with you, I don't actually ever see that happening. Usually those extremes are only done in cases where the judge really wants to make an example out of somebody. And even then, you could have whatever dipshit public defender come out and pretty much appeal that down to something reasonable. Now, in reality, what's appeared to be happening is Chris Chan being the fact that they cannot take care of themselves, okay? All right, they cannot live according to themselves. They can't keep a house. They probably can't keep a job. They probably are not able to function in society without a goddamn adult watching over them. They've been let out by court order, and they're probably going to live the rest of their life out in like a halfway house. And this is effectively the end of Chris Chan. And it's interesting watching this person ever since they were, like, younger. I've seen this video years ago. This is one of the first posts on the internet onto, like, Tripod, back in the old days.
Oh, look at him. Look at him. So young. So racist. So sexist. So terrible. This is when He was against trans. This was when he was against biracial couples. This was when he was against.
I wonder
the
if Liquid
world.
Chris has anything. We might have to look and see if Liquid Chris
No,
has
they
said
don't.
anything.
Nah, they are too busy being a doctor. They're way too busy being a doctor.
But they've been making a lot of videos.
I'm talking about the
lately,
real
so I'm
Liquid
wondering.
Chris. I'm not talking about the fake Liquid Chris that tried to come out like was it last year? I ain't talking about that. That dude can get the fuck out of here. You way too late. You're way too late. You clout chasing son of a bitch. The real Liquid Chris is a fucking doctor now. He's a fucking doctor. So
Yeah,
the
new Liquid Chris too hasn't even really been like actually going after Chris a lot. They've been more entangled in the
just mimicking Liquid Chris, basically trying to be
mimicking
Liquid
Chris, but also they've been having a feud with fucking Cyrax. They've been having a big feud with Cyrax. Because Cyrax has been saying that he's Christian.
I mean, Cyrax has been saying that for a long ass time, though. That's like his shtick.
Yeah. Which we all know it isn't, because you could just look at the size of them. You know, it's like maybe if he was like I'd imagine if he just said that they were the same species, and like he was like, you know how like you have the greater Chris and he was like a lesser Chris.
Maybe, but this Chris Chan is not even like a different species. Like it's a different like formation of life altogether. Like it deserves a completely different classification of themselves. Obviously, look what they were managed to fucking do. They got Viper to drop a song about them. They got out of prison all in the same fucking day while the fucking planets are aligning. I'm gonna keep mentioning that. That I hate that coincidence happened. That's not good for my brain.
I just hope that Chris Chan, now that they're out, can banish this false Liquid Chris to the realms.
I think to be honest, Chris Chan's probably gonna try to stay out of the public eye from now on. Like this is their opportunity.
Hopefully.
They don't need to.
We're
they
gonna
don't
hope,
need to
because
we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Mudahar covers it. That's why we're watching this. We're gonna get into
Let's see if they finally learn their goddamn lesson.
Oh God. The state of Chris Chan. There's a reason why I think they're gonna stay out of the public eye. And it's not gonna be on conscientious choice. It's gonna be on subconscious choice of too busy. They're gonna be too busy to fuck with the internet while they're out. They're gonna have too many plans to do. They got too much shit to accomplish. But let's keep going. I'm kind of spoiling it.
Days of the internet, where it was just one person talking about, basically being with your effeminate side, get your little My Little Ponies. And if you ever wanted to look into Chris Chan's history, they have some definite wild takes back in the day. You're talking about somebody that had a bit of racism, a bit of homophobia, a bit of you name every kind of phobia imaginable. This person was bringing out. So they've had a history of making the most outlandish takes. And it was because of a lot of those takes that they basically attracted a lot of people on the internet to sort of witness this. And this person has attracted a lot of trolls. And over the years, some of those trolls have been genuinely bad. So in cases, the most lighthearted ones were people like Alec Benson Leary, who pretty much created a comic known as Asperchew, which was basically designed to sort of bring out the hypocrisies every time they would have a call with each other about, advertising and whatnot. Alec Benson Leary was a very simple troll. They were just basically drawing their thing, basically calling out Chris on their hypocrisy and trying to get Chris to learn and mature as a person. Then you had Liquid Chris, who was somebody who effectively had basically stolen their identity and passed along with it on the internet for months, and basically really, really tilted the shit out of Chris Chan at the time. And then, of course, you've got really, really reprehensible characters like Blue Spike, which I'm not even going to get into. And, of course, the person who recorded the call...
Should we get into Blue Spike since he's not getting into Blue Spike? Should we explain what Blue Spike has done? Should we explain the Blue Spike saga?
Is Blue Spike the one that convinced him to drink his cum?
No, I think so. Might have been it might have been one of the trolls. No,
I'm not
no.
as familiar because I've been putting it off because there's always there's
That
been so
happened. That
the saga
Blue.
isn't ended.
Okay.
But I do need to like at some point I am planning to like start the
Start the
start the
you
Christian saga.
start the comprehensive history documentary of Christian. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I feel like I have to.
Yeah. Okay. Now. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of do. I'm curious. Murda doesn't watch that stuff, does she?
No,
Okay,
she's very not a YouTubey person. She's
Gotcha.
more on the late
Gotcha.
latter side of definitely not an internet person like that.
Gotcha. I
And
wouldn't expect her to be an internet person, but just being like so.
she knows vaguely the general things about Christian, and
Cause
she's
it's
not
starfish.
interested. She just makes her sad. Just makes her sad. Which I think even like Henry's like was talking about it to like Natalie, and like that was pretty much one of the things. Not everyone can get it.
Yeah, I just had to clarify like how embedded into the group it is. So you only have 2 friends that's completely obsessed with the series. That's okay.
I don't know how much. I think I've heard it come up in like a group though. So maybe various of the tribe of some like various different people maybe of varying degrees, but not
I know me
anyone
and
as much as
Starfish.
you and Starfish.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You have 2 friends that you have at least 2.
Yeah. But you're the 2 friends I talk to the most, so yeah.
So you talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Since no, Blue Spike might have been a part of that trolling, but that was a completely that saga those are saga that to be honest, the Blue Spike saga is a saga within many different sagas that were happening all at the same time, so it's hard to keep track of which troll was a part of which saga and which troll was who and who is who. It's very fucking hard. Blue Spike apparently in 2000 in the latest episode is back. Just randomly just randomly popped up and Christian was like, "No, Blue Spike is dead." And Blue Spike's like, "Do I sound dead to you, dude?" I was like, "What the fuck?" So it's very hard to keep track, to be honest, of what's of everything, of every little detail. But Blue Spike,
it's like actual villains.
yeah, basically. But fucking Blue Spike was a 13-year-old girl, not girl. He a 13-year-old kid, male, that was convinced by a group of trolls to have phone sex with Christian for like a couple of months for a while. So
yeah, okay, I know who Blue Spike is.
You have this 13-year-old kid pretending to be a girl, and just constantly being like coerced into pretending to have phone sex with this like 26-year-old guy. It has to be daunting. And then they decide
it's daunting, and also going back to like what happened with Jared Genesis and that trolling situation. Even though you are trolling them technically, they're still getting off to it. They're still benefit. Yeah. They're actually profiting more than you are.
Yeah, but
you are legitimately at this point just having phone sex.
That is true. But the Blue Spike saga is completely different because eventually the trolls of the Blue Spike saga get a hold of Chris Chan's PlayStation Network account. The one thing that Chris Chan like values over everything, because it's got all his saves on it and everything. You know, it's got his whole life is video games. So it's got his whole life. They have his whole life. And I think it was Julie that they were pretending to be, like the chick. And so they set up a phone call where Chris Chan had to choose between Julie and the PlayStation account. Chris Chan, of course, not being smart, they really were, going back and forth. He constantly, I want Julie, I want the PlayStation account, I want Julie, I want the PlayStation account. And it gets worse, and the situation gets worse, and they give Blue Spike, the 13-year-old, they give him control of the situation.
Oh.
And Blue Spike gives him an ultimatum. He can have both Julie and the PlayStation Network account if he does one thing, and that's if he takes this handmade, crafted Sonic Chew medallion that he's worn. It's any picture you see of Chris Chan. It's not the original, but sometimes it is the original that was used in this. So, but no, I think the original was actually sent off to a couple of trolls that like destroyed it and burned it, and sent the video. That might have been the original. This might have been the second one that was made. It's hard to keep track, okay? This happened in like 2009.
Destroying these artifacts.
This happened in like 2008, 2009, okay? So it's hard to keep track of all this. But yeah, one of the very first Sonic Chew medallions. Chris Chan had to shove it up his ass. If he wanted both Julie, he would get both his PlayStation Network account. And being the autistic 26-year-old that they are, the video still exists, sadly. You can find it if you really want to. The audio is out there. It's been played. He shoves it up his ass.
Yes, I remember that vaguely.
He shoves it right up his ass. His hand's dirty. His hand's dirty at the end. And it he doesn't even let him go clean his hand.
Damn.
And after all that humiliation, after it was like 5 minutes of him actually doing the act, of course he's not going to get Julie. Julie doesn't fucking exist. So that was never going to happen. The PlayStation Network account, I don't think he still has gotten it to this day.
Damn.
Did not get the PlayStation Network account after it. And that is the Blue Spike saga. And that is when all the creepiness of Chris Chan going to the mall with the really racist, really homophobic sign. That's when all of my like, this is fucking weird and stupid and he deserves all the trolling and shit. That's when that is the moment I'm like, nope, you've gone too far. At least give him the fucking account back, even though that's still too far. That's
it's
still
definitely
too
a
far.
breaking point there.
Like that is when I was like, okay, that is when in my if it was my anonymous group doing it, that is when I would be like, okay, I'm done with this. We're doing
Pulling
too
the
much
plug.
now. Getting the fuck out of this shit.
God, what have we done?
But yeah, I don't blame Blue Spike. I don't blame the 13-year-old for doing it. I mean, I would, if I was a 13-year-old that was coerced into having phone sex with a 26-year-old man, fuck yeah. If I can have that 26-year-old man shove something up their ass, you best believe that 26-year-old man is shoving that medallion right up their ass, and they're not getting the account back. You know, I'm doing the same fucking shit.
The most brutal type of human, a 13-year-old.
Like, you don't fuck with 13-year-olds, man. They are devious, man. Especially a 13-year-old that has been pushed to the breaking point. Gotta read Lord of the Flies, man. Gotta read Lord of the Flies, I tell you.
Yeah, it's pretty much just safe to assume that every 13-year-old for like those couple just for like couple years is like a serial killer, like in the
Oh,
same mind.
I wouldn't say is a serial killer, but
The same mind
they're
is what I
at
meant.
that they're on the they're on the balance beam, and they all
Mhm.
it takes is one good little push, and you made yourself a serial killer.
Oh yeah.
Of course, then we're not even gonna bring up the kids that are like already off of the balance beam before they were even birthed for some fucking reason that
Oh
are just
yeah.
monsters outright. Let's continue.
All that admitted to incestuous relationships. Isabella, who again I won't be getting into because this might be one of the most
You really
evil
need to
people
actually
on the
beep out her
internet.
name.
But of course, this isn't a video about the trolls necessarily. This is just to help contextualize the situation.
Yeah, kind of. We can say it because we don't have that kind of following, but yeah, she probably gets harassed a lot. It's Isabel Loretta
Everyone
Jenks.
knows. I mean,
It's Isabel Loretta Jenks. If you want to fucking know,
yeah.
You go ahead. She boils fucking hamsters alive for the goddamn internet.
Mm. Oh, I mean,
She
she hasn't
overfeeds
like
cats.
put in the $100. She hasn't put the $100 to change her name.
No, she has probably no. She couldn't get a name change. Even if she got a name change, the internet would dox her in a fucking second. But this,
Right.
we're talking about somebody that overfeeds a cat and lets that cat shit all over their bedroom and doesn't clean it up.
Damn. Yeah, I
I want to
knew
remind
about
the
the
internet of what Isabel,
I knew
what
about
kind
the
of
cooking
person
of hamsters.
Isabel Loretta Jenks is.
Oh yeah.
She fucking her roommate just so happened to like tinkle into the fucking shower, and she bragged about laying in it. Like,
She's
having a
she's
pee
definitely on
fetish.
that serial killer spectrum.
I get having a pee fetish, but that's absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, she's fucking nuts.
If you're gonna have a pee fetish, you get peed on, damn it. Don't be a bitch like that. Don't be a creepy little bitch like that.
I think it's just almost like maybe not even about the piss. It's just like the act of it, like the filthy act of it.
It's just the fact that it's a substance that belonged to that person, because it's the roommate that they have raped multiple times.
Damn.
This was a female roommate. I'm just clarifying how fucking terrible Isabel Loretta Jenks is. Like, she, the epitome of a fucking terrible, awful human being that I would not. Yes, fucking put her away behind bars, man. She's fucking evil. Her goal in the Chris Chan fucking trolling was to have Chris Chan kill themselves. That they tried to have a trans person kill themselves on the same campus that they went to. This is a fucking terrible human being that does not need to be in society.
She definitely, like, if she found like a serial killer boyfriend, they definitely would. It's like she's the type of one to be the ride or die. Like, oh, I'll kill with you.
What's worse is she would be the fucking ringleader. She just needs the right fucking. She just needs the right crony. She just needs the right fucking protege. And you know what's fucking if she's smart enough, unfortunately, she can clean up good enough to where she's kind of hot. That's the worst part about it.
She got big tits.
She can, she can. In theory, she can get the right crony. If you just if it didn't take a fucking Google search of her name to know what kind of horrible person. I mean, all you have to do is Google her name, and
Though
you'll
you
know
could probably
everything.
smell her.
Oh yeah, because she like keeps fungus on her nails and shit. She loves having athlete's foot and shit like that. She's a really disgusting human being, man.
Weird, kind of bordering on the bug chaser there.
Not bordering on the bug chaser. No, not like that. But she's definitely almost. She's almost bordering. She's bordering the border.
Okay. Weird.
This has not been something that's gone on for just 2 years. Geno Samuel's got a documentary that would rival plenty of hours, okay? Hours that you cannot get back out of your life. Hours that will take you hours upon hours just to even understand the whole scope of this story. Now, of course, one of the
He's like
things
a
that people
porno
were
grind
wondering was,
song coming
damn, this
live.
person's out on bond.
You don't even understand. That's the the under having to watch Gene Samuel's you still won't really understand the complexities of fucking Christian because it's too fucking it's so mundane and so not necessary to exist, but it's so fucking complex and so fucking just vast and like
It's sort of a
40
dark magic of itself.
Yeah, it's really it's literally 41 years, a 41-year-old literally having half of their life documented second by second, hour, just constantly, just being watched constantly, just having it
Watched and harassed.
she couldn't tweet, she couldn't take a piss, she couldn't fucking fart in her own bathroom without the whole internet fucking knowing about it. It is bizarre as fuck how obsessed the internet was with this person.
Mm-hmm.
The literal first case of actual gang stalking. And the internet thinks they were in the right. Because that's the most infuriating part about it is the internet thinks they were right about what they did.
They just go like, well, but weren't they a little racist though? Like, yeah, but they're also like,
they're still a human
like, fucked in the
being.
brain, and they're like, not only that, they're like fucked in the head. Like that's why it's so easy to manipulate them. This wouldn't happen to just like some regular bumfuck racist. Like they'd know just like at a point be like, I'm fucking off. You guys like going dark. But it went dark a long time ago before it really would have gotten to this level.
To be honest, a true racist wouldn't have been walking around a fucking mall with a weird ass sign saying all I want's a white lady. If you're black, please stay away from me. Like
yeah.
To be honest, real racists don't fucking do that shit.
Like Christian doesn't even really know exactly what they're even really doing or that it's racist. They don't have. They can't
being fueled by the fact they were living with their boomer father at the time.
Yeah.
The second their father dies, they're trans.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just they don't really have like.
and I hate to say it, they've the only real slurs they have ever said has been fueled and egged on by the trolls. So I had to say it. They're extremely apologetic for saying shit that they really have no control over saying. They were forced to say half the things they were made to say, or the trolls would have literally taken something from them. Would have literally stolen money from them sometimes if they didn't say some of the shit they said.
But even saying like, oh yeah, even if for a fact they're racist, they can't even comprehend like the complexities of all that type of shit anyway. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's the equivalent of taking a 5-year-old, holding a knife to their throat, and making them say a racial slur. It's like, say the N-word, little fucker. Say the N-word. It's basically what you're doing. It's like, whoa, man, you being a little much.
Just people aren't honest with the fact that they are sociopaths themselves. And they just wanted to see something burn.
Man, but the problem is the second the troll that actually was gonna initiate the final plan of having them kill themselves is the second the internet was like, whoa, wait, we might have wanted that, but we didn't want that. Whoa, we're not involved with this person. Yo, nope. But let's face it, the internet has been trying to drive a number of people to kill themselves. Like that is that is the number one thing when it comes to being a content creator, is the internet is trying to kill you. And they're
Because
trying
people,
to get you to do it for them.
yeah, because people like to watch people die, and I think that's unfortunately like a natural thing for humans. I think
Coliseum,
I,
Roman
Colosseum, just
Coliseum.
from all the public executions, like in like England and all throughout different societies
Oh
too.
man,
But like
fucking! If it was the 1800s and there was a hanging, guess what? Guess where we'd be at?
going down to the
No, there's a fucking hanging in this fucking square, man. Let's go.
Hell yeah, and it's right by the saloon.
Yeah, boy, so we can get drunk and watch the hanging.
Hey, can we take these out? Oh yeah, we can drink outside.
Have a grand
Well,
old time.
But yeah, but unfortunately, yeah, I think it's just because
I'm
that's
not
hard now. It's kind of, other than like going on videos and like maybe like when it's really easily accessible. I know Live Leak isn't anything anymore, but Reddit has a whole fucking page of just like, it's called "Watch People Die."
I know if I'm living in the 1800s, I would be one of the morbid people that I gotta get a piece of clothing or hair from the person.
I like everybody would be rushing up to like fucking like take the shoes, and you'd be the weird person taking the hair. But at least no one else is going for it.
That's the problem though. I want the shoes too, damn it. Gotta get the shoes.
Oh, then shoes are always the first to go. They're gonna be fighting over some people for the shoes.
But yeah, you gotta get you get the, and if you're real lucky, you can just quickly cut off an ear. Your boy. I got the ear of Billy the
might be
Kid,
getting
baby.
killed. You might be getting killed for being a witch. Then you got to deal with that. But then you just need to go like to the next town over, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll never find you.
And I can brag about having the ear of Billy the Kid.
Hell yeah.
To be honest, it doesn't even have to be really Billy the Kid. I just find a random ass dead body, cut off the ear. Yeah, boy, this is who so and so's ear.
Oh, I mean, you can't. Yeah, I mean, you cut any ear off, it becomes Billy the Kid's ear.
Yes.
No one needs to know. That's a good threat. I'm gonna cut off your ear, and I'm gonna tell everybody I killed Billy the Kid because you're a piece of shit. And no one would care if I had your ear. Hey, gotcha.
Oh man, I know it would be a little bit riskier, but the nose, getting the nose.
Though you have to watch out.
No, I would have the nose of Rasputin.
Sometimes
I would have the nose.
Nose
I
of
would take the
Rasputin?
nose. The nose of Rasputin. Oh, I'm getting. Everybody's like, oh, his penis is in a jar. His fucking nose, though, dude. Have you seen his nose? Have you seen Rasputin's nose?
I've seen Rasputin's nose.
That and his eyes. Oh shit, his eyes, man.
I think those would actually have some magical qualities in them.
Yo, having Rasputin's eyes, that would be fucking.
Though I feel like you need
wicked.
to keep his nose and eat his eyes. So then they could become your eyes.
I don't
and
know.
You gain
though,
his power.
What if it doesn't work that way though? What if I have to keep the
Or-
eyes?
Or maybe you have to do what they do in Naruto and like actually pluck out one of your eyes, and then you could put like one of them in there, see if it works first. Then you could do the other eye if it works.
That's not actually. They don't. You
They
can
don't pluck them out?
You can pluck out an eye and put an eyeball in, but you can also take some. In Naruto, you can take someone's eye and just pop it onto your eye, and then like your eyeballs can fuse together. Yeah. It's really stupid.
Yeah, it'd be cooler if I never like watched it, but whenever I heard that was a possibility, I just imagined they actually had to pluck out their eye.
No,
and
no,
then put
you
the eye
can.
in.
That's what happens to Kakashi. His eye has to get taken out so his buddy's eye can be brought in. But if you have what's called a Sharingan, you can take another Sharingan eyeball and just ploop, and fuse your Sharingan eyeballs together.
Then you get this, but then you'll
Get
be
the
getting some
monkey-
Rasputin
you get-
jutsu instead.
Yeah. Fucking Rasputin's jutsu. Rasputin would it would be Shinjutsu, which is like god powers now that they got going that the androids got. Which I'm so done with the Naruto universe.
Before we get on our own autistic rant, let's focus on this.
Yeah, the end.
After committing such a heinous things, obviously, if you ever played Final Fantasy VII, people immediately had this screenshot come in. Out of my way, I'm going to see my mother. I feel awful laughing at it, but it is a genuine question one can ask. Now, of course, this is Chris Chan nowadays, obviously a current mugshot. They've lost a lot of weight, definitely look like they've aged at least 20 years, and it's going to be something where now that they're out, is their mother actually safe? In reality, that's all I really care about. This person's story is pretty much already done, and that's where it kind of comes down to. Now, of course, Chris Chan in prison had a different whole life come out. This is where mental illness also kicks in too, and it's one of the reasons why, like I mentioned earlier, I think the story is going to end in a halfway house, and that's where it's going to completely finalize. You know, Chris Chan had written a bunch of letters from prison, and in some of those letters, they actually had referred to themselves as, I'm not joking with you, Jesus Christ. In one of the first letters on September 19th, I have finally received fresh paper and envelopes, and I feel that it is advised to inform you of the following, all of which, as you may or will, you have my consent to relay all the contents of the letter to Joshua Moon, who's the owner of Kiwi Farms, the actual website that was cataloging Chris, one of the original forums that was designed to basically, if you will, like archive every aspect of this person's life. Firstly and vitally, it should be made obvious and clear that aside from Andy Warhol, my life events at present and so far can directly be compared and matched with that which have been chronicled as none other than Jesus Christ of Nazareth himself. God damn the ego on this one. Jesus Christ. You know, there's a diagnosis for narcissism, and if you could just put this, just
I get Motohar probably has no like psychology background whatsoever, but that is not narcissism. That is not narcissism. That is what Chris Chan has is delusion. They are definitely at least schizoaffective because they were made schizoaffective. Like Chris Chan is proof that you can catch schizophrenia. Like it can be forced upon you. Like you can thrust. You can be made into a schizophrenic. Like it's not just
No,
based on your genetics and
like
stuff.
I'm not saying he's like of course, a full-on narcissist, but narcissistic tendencies are not
Are
no
present,
stranger
yeah.
to Chris Chan.
yeah, that is true. But I'm just saying, like, his delusions that he is Jesus Christ is not a narcissistic delusion that he's just Jesus Christ. It is schizophrenic. He wholeheartedly believes that there's a fucking universe out there that has his sonic chew, and that he's gonna merge our universe. He wholeheartedly believes. Like there's no doubt about it. They go on and on and on. It's sometimes all they talk about.
Yeah, it'd be more narcissistic if it was like a cult leader saying they were Jesus.
Yeah, definitely. If they were trying to, Chris Chan's not trying to make a cult. That is the last thing that they want is a cult. They're just trying to desperately make a tulpa. Not even make a tulpa. They're trying to merge our universe with a tulpa universe. So all
Which, you know what,
tulpas
at this
can
point,
survive and live.
let it happen.
I mean, that would be awesome. That would be great if Chris Chan's tulpa universe could be merged into our universe, because that means that our OCs, any of our OCs, are automatically exist, because that's the canon of Chris Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Every OC, every like property, intellectual property, and everything is inside of that universe. Like it exists. So
Well, dang.
Fucking Harry Potter people can have fucking their Harry Potter stuff, and the people that want to call them transphobes can have more stuff to call them transphobic about, and they can they'll have fucking things. They'll have like things that they'll have other magical properties to use against Harry Potter's people, and like there will be like magic wars of what magic is the more powerful man. You know what, Christian? You actually might be making a more dangerous world now that I think about it.
Yeah.
You might
It's
not.
gonna
We might
end,
not
let
be,
it
we
end that
might
way.
not. We might not want. No. We're giving people way
But think
too
of the
much.
power that we can get.
Yeah, but then
We
we'd
can
have to.
we can bring our cult to life.
Hey.
Our OC cult.
Yes. I mean, it's already
We
a
could
thing.
jump up
It's
in
already
power.
established. The only thing that I haven't. I don't know if I want to call us the academy or the school. I don't know what would be better. Can't call us the class. Can't call ourselves the class. We are not stealing from Heaven's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't be. We can't fucking be some. It's about learning.
Academy's kind of gay, and
Exactly.
school is kind of creepy.
Gotcha. See, that's the thing. The university.
Oh, the university.
Oh.
Coded. Because it's coded, too, because it could,
Yeah,
My-
boy.
There you go.
Because we're the well.
And universe.
I technically, Starfish and Murda are like pseudo professors, but they teach the couples.
They just don't know
it. I have forced them to teach the couples classes.
Because we sure the hell can't.
Fuck no. That's the last thing I want to. That's the last thing I want to touch. Because if I have to teach the couples classes, it's definitely gonna be a narcissistic way of handling it. And what I mean is that all couples will be forced to sire a magical child by me, and the child will the magical power of the child will be determined by the partner watching. That the partner has to watch, or the baby will not be magic. The partner has to watch, and the harder that partner cries, the more powerful and more magical that baby will be. So they have to be very upset about it too. They cannot be. They cannot be a cuck. Cucks ruin the magic. Cucking always ruins the. What has Aleister Crowley taught us? What has Aleister Crowley taught? If you're enjoying it, you're not doing the magic right. When you're doing magic, it's got to be terrible. You got to suffer, and you can't enjoy it. It's got to make you miserable. If you're wondering what I'm saying, you cannot fucking tell me Aleister Crowley wasn't miserable after getting plowed for legitly 2 weeks straight.
I think he enjoyed it.
For the first hour, maybe. After the couple of days, though, I'm assuming there's some bloomage there that's happening that's very worrisome. That you do not want.
I might go kind of numb. Maybe you wouldn't really realize the damage until
It's not that
kind of look
you're
back
feeling
and go,
any pain.
"Oh."
It's not that you're feeling any pain. It's just your asshole is turning inside out because you've taken 18 dudes in 3 hours. Because that was the magic that Aleister Crowley was fucking doing.
He is the founder of the Anal Olympics.
I mean, he is legitly the only person that I would not put it beside, can actually sit on a traffic cone.
On a whole traffic cone. That traffic cone disappear.
And not even phase him. It won't even phase. He'll actually wonder. He'll actually be like, "Is the traffic cone even in?"
You go, where did it go? Haha, magic.
I made it disappear.
You make any object disappear.
Yeah, that's See, that's the problem with amateur Aleister Crowley. When he does his magical rituals, it's always severely super sexual, over sexualized, and he's always talking about how many times he's climaxing and everything. With Aleister Crowley, how many times people are climaxing, it never comes up because it's not about that is not what it's about.
You only climax, you get the cum if you need to use the cum to like come on the fruit.
For the magical for ingredients for the magical ritual. To be honest, they say you got to edge during magical rituals. Like you got to keep, because you got to keep the sexual energy is what you're trying to build up. But if soon as you climax is the second you release that sexual energy, and then you ruin the magic.
Oh yeah, and also one of the things that I think it was in one of his other books too, when he's like talking about having like the spirits, like how you feed like those, like some of those spirits is like those kind of like help.
They eat
not
cum.
really.
They love cum.
Yeah, they eat cum, and you have to like cum on fruit too.
Yep. Oh.
So there's usually like fruit and cum.
That's particularly demons that love the fruit
demons
on cum. Like you gotta, if you want to feed a demon, come on some fruit.
Yeah. There you go. There's a free lesson. If you go get some bird seeds for some birds, come on some fruit for some demons. You gotta summon the demon first, though.
Ah, that's a whole other
thing. Now you gotta do research for that. Though
we are not getting into the fucking intricacies of summoning fucking demons, man. We were just explaining how to feed them, okay?
I do have a bag of coins with all the demon seals.
If I know if you do a proper ritual, and you like draw the right sigil on the ground.
I'm not allowed though.
I know, I get it, but I know if you, each one's got a different sigil. I know, but if you draw that sigil on the ground and you cut your hand and you put the blood on the coin and you slap it on the ground on the sigil. You got yourself a demon, babies.
Oh yeah, but you definitely want to put a protective seal around there though, because if you just do that willy nilly with its thing, then it's just gonna be coming out of control.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that is the rudimentary way of summoning the demons. If you have one of those coins.
Yes.
But yeah, let's continue.
The coin. But again, I'm also banned from
Put
doing
this
any
frame
type of rituals.
until
By
we
murder.
live together. Until we live together.
Murder's rules is not in her house. She always has to like fucking banish things.
We might not do it. We're not gonna do it in the house.
If we had a house to ourselves, we could do it in our house.
We're not doing it in the house. We're definitely doing it outside.
But outside's dumb. We gotta bring him in the house. It's part of the trust.
You
gotta give a little to the demon.
Don't. No, you fucking don't.
Taking him out to the.
You have fallen into the goddamn trap already. You fucking don't. Oh my god! I can't believe you're telling. We have to establish a trust with a demon that you don't trust this fucking little fucker. This little fucker's trying to fuck us over. We're just trying to prove magic's real, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but he's not gonna do anything outside. But you might like if he possesses the house, then we can get some solid evidence, like some Bell Witch.
If he's outside, that gives. If we fuck up the magical circle, then he gets out, and then guess what? We gotta be Constantines. Oh, and now, fucking, we stop the demon. We kill the demon, right? It makes public fucking news. We're fucking heroes. The university gets free publicity. Oh, the cult has started. Oh, we have to do it outside. All
right, but it has to be in the mountains, really remote. Somewhere like in the cool, scary woods.
We have to make sure. We summon a demon that we can kill. Gotta do our fucking research. Can't be summoning some centipede demon that like's gonna fucking be 3 feet tall.
Honestly, I was just gonna try to summon one and try to, like, get some more money or something. Or one of the ones that are like,
See,
It's
that's
like
the problem. That's
pretty
the
much like a
problem.
demon of
You want
Viagra.
instant gratification. I'm playing the long run. This will get me infinite income. The donos will come piling in. People will need us because we'll be the only ones that can teach them how to slay the demons that we're summoning, but they won't know. They won't fucking know.
Now, I don't want to go on a different tangent, but do you think there is a full-on official ritual, like in a lot of like occult things, like a demon that you could summon to bang?
Yeah, succubus. Yeah.
But usually that's
Succubus,
always like they
incubus.
attack you, and and usually they do that like on their own. I never hear
That's
about like
if they're
summoning a succubus.
that's when they want to rape somebody. All right.
Hmm.
If you summon a succubus or an incubus,
Or an
and you're
incubus.
like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to bang, they'll bang you. I mean, they're a demon of lust. That's kind of like their thing. I don't see why they would be like, nah, you want it? No. I'm a demon of lust. You can't want it. Get out of here.
Interesting.
But you gotta make sure you watch out, because if you're dealing with succubuses, you might get Lilith, the mother of all demons, and you don't want that. That is the last thing.
Yeah, I'm Lilith. I mean, Lilith is cool.
No, no. She's given birth to all the other demons. There's a demon.
Yeah, but she's like, fuck you, God. I'm a fucking lady. Look at my vagina. You don't gotta tell me what to do, Adam. Fuck you.
The demon of
Then she went,
abortion.
and then
The demon of abortion
to
still
hell.
lives inside of her, though. By default, like it has to. It has to. It can never be born.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it can't be born, then it ain't my problem. Abortion.
It's
Problem
inside
solved.
of her. It's inside of her. Then this ain't like dealing with a pregnant woman where it's not. That's a myth. You won't. That the baby can't grab your. Can't that can't happen. That's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
This demon can grab your dick, and it will grab your dick.
Oh shit. I mean, I don't fuck with pregnant chicks, so.
And then you dealing with having to do a sexual act with an aborted baby, dude. That's not even born. An unborn aborted baby. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't. I'm telling you, you don't want that.
Well, fine.
All right. Let's move on.
Wait, you think an incubus would be safer?
Next to it, that's all you goddamn needed. Inside this letter, there's a lot of copium and basically describing
Yep, probably.
how what
To be
the
honest,
actual
because
crime they had committed.
An incubus at least will be able to transform. Like, they don't have to have an incubus is male, but they do have the power to like transform and seduce men as well. So if you don't want the penis, they can be like, no penis. To be honest, if you don't want to I'm not talking about you directly. I'm saying if you summon an incubus and you want someone smooth and only an ass, you can be like, hey, smooth, nothing down there, and they can do that.
Ooh, a Kindle.
But an incubus might get clingy, and you might not be able to have a sexual partner afterwards. They might. It depends on your performance, probably. If you're rocking in the sack, you probably screwed yourself over. And
I think either way.
Not only will the incubus not leave you alone, but he'll strangely just randomly move into your house without really your permission.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just suddenly be there.
And I have to get coming on some apples, I guess.
Yeah.
Another mouth to feed.
Yeah. And they ain't bringing in food stamps.
Oh no.
Regarding their mother wasn't all bad, which, again, may I remind you, is a terribly despicable thing to have been doing, and it should not be anything. At the end of the day, one thing you have to understand about Chris Chan is you can feel bad for this person, but you have to understand you cannot actually be sympathetic. You cannot really be truly sympathetic towards somebody that has committed a crime this heinous. At some point, personal responsibility has to fall upon somebody like Chris Chan. They can't be coddled their whole life. In fact, if anything, the coddling they had received by their parents, by numerous supporters on the internet from time to time, had probably indirectly led to a lot of it, just like the trolling did in any capacity. This person, while you can feel sympathetic towards the amount of trolling that the internet has absolutely delivered upon to them, I think that's totally normal. But to completely understand one thing, the crime that they committed regarding their parent is something that ultimately is their responsibility. And it's one thing that is not so forgivable. As long as all over the age of consent and the activity was consensual by all parties involved and genuinely spiritually happy, it is good. To understand, Barbara Chandler, who was the mother of Chris Chan, was also not necessarily lucid for years. Anytime you watched a video of her, this person effectively used her to basically garner donations and money from the fan base that they had around them, the very little fan base that existed.
We are in need of donations for food.
Oh, that's an old video too. That is pretty old. That is a pretty old one. That's 2018, I want to say. Might be 2019.
Like a jump scare.
Oh yeah. Definitely got dementia here.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely have been, unfortunately, that the only reason why they're doing this, like being recorded and stuff, is because they're being abused.
Mm-hmm.
Please consider us. Thank you.
There was no genuine love. There was no genuine care. This person was actually under dementia. Okay, like, I'm not a doctor, but I would say this is the closest to dementia that I have ever actually seen. And to be honest with you, what they have done, the actions they committed, there was no way consent was even an option. And even if so, this is still an incestuous situation, which is still very illegal no matter what state you go to. Of course, you've got more people who
Kentucky, you can marry the equivalent of a half sibling in Kentucky. I just need to point that out because first cousin is literally basically your half sibling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very, very, very close.
who jumped in to conversate with this individual around Christmas time, and they basically talked about their life in prison. For instance, I played a bit of basketball in the rec room, but the rec room has been restricted for me for a while. So I wish is also a response. The library is not large enough for D&D. I like to read, and I have considered eventually becoming a DM for a group. Money? Pretty much, yeah. They basically got a bit of commissary cash just to buy, like, bras and whatnot. But of course, no video game handhelds or consoles on offer. I don't actually think any prison system, aside from the lowest risk one, actually allows you to buy any television, DVD, Blu-ray, or video game console. Where it gets truly demented is this shit right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Which also translates to my being the real player one. Yes, I one part that was a reference to a movie, but to serve as a modern iteration of being, the only avatar as well. Akashic Guardian said, I inform all of you of one avatar body, immortal and existent throughout all of time, since the Big Bang. There is...
So how do you know, how do you feel with this new information that you, yourself, are just another cog in the machine that is Chris Chan.
I'm in awe.
Has existed the very first body. There was the universe. In one and only perspective, the video game of life has started and spawns, first and foremost, the player one, with the set main camera perspective that absolutely no one other has at all, and after them comes player two, then three, and so on, including the non-playable characters, obviously, obliviously unaware of this one avatar that has most preceded each and every one of them all. This one avatar with the immortal infinite resurrection respawn count and all powers and abilities over all is your god and your foretold lord. As well.
Damn, playing with hacks here? That's not right. That's not fucking right. That's unfair. What, like, do you... The fuck, man?
I mean, is that not what magic is? Hacking the system?
No. Magic is using the existing system to your advantage. This motherfucker has immortal, infinite, resurrection, respawn count, and all powers and abilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
not
magic. That's not magic. That right there is fucking hacking. There's no way they're not hacking.
Elite hacks.
Elite fucking hacks. Hey, that's not what we call a pro gamer move.
Damn.
That's not pro gamer.
Calling you out.
It's not.
Christian.
It's not pro gamer. Using hacks isn't fucking pro gamer. You're actually admitting that you're worse than the worst players. You have to cheat to win.
Eventually, after learning everything from Emmanuel, my parent, the Avatar was sent to be born in Bethlehem by your Virgin Mary, in most popular chronicling dubbed Jesus of Nazareth, child of God Emmanuel. Then I lived my life as Jesus, and continued my immortal walks and books of life up until 1389. The Avatar landed, mind, memory, body, and soul, all within Barbara Ann West.
I know exactly what's happening here. All this weird new religious stuff that's being thrust in. They're attending chapel.
Oh, yep. And incorporating it into their lore.
Not even that. I wouldn't even be surprised if they weren't just. They're straight up just stealing what their whatever priest or preacher or whoever was heading the chapel. They're literally just stealing what they were saying that day.
That's what I was saying. And it's like they took what they said and then incorporated it into their lore.
And I'm saying they
into
didn't,
the Christian lore.
Not incorporate, stole it. Fucking stole.
Incorporate. You could steal something and incorporate it into something.
And Chandler Rosachu in May 1981 to be born as Christopher Weston Chandler Sonichu on February 24, 1982, Charlottesville, Virginia, United States of America. Eventually growing and evolving to your Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. Now, of course, this person genuinely does believe themselves to be the Messiah, and of course, you know, anybody that starts referring to themselves like that is genuinely fucking unhinged. And it's one of the reasons why I genuinely do believe that the rest of this person's life is going to stay in a halfway house. All right? There is no way you can trust Chris Chan without any state surveillance or supervision. And that's pretty much where the story actually does come to an end. They're out of prison, there's not going to be any more sagas, and there shouldn't be any more sagas. I think the story has gone to the worst possible conclusion. You know, at the end of the day, this was an internet creator that was just making goofy videos at a time, and to be honest, through a personal mix of their
At the
fucking
very least, he didn't Ed Kemper his mom.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean,
So I
that
shouldn't have
is
to
one
say
thing.
that.
Hey, yeah, you shouldn't have to say that, but that is wholeheartedly true. He did not do that. Which is great.
That'd be crazy if
for
they convinced if it was the
context.
internet that convinced him to do
Hey,
it too.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking
we're
crazy.
gonna have to explain because not everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" Ed Kemper to his mom. Ed Kemper is a serial killer that decapitated his mom. And was it the head or the actual body itself? The throat.
It was the head. I think it was the head.
It was the throat, though. It was the throat. I remember. I know it
Yeah,
was
like the neck hole of the head.
Yes, it was the neck hole.
Yeah.
Cause and how we know it was is because he said an asshole kind of sucks you in, you know, but a neck hole apparently forces you out.
Huh.
And that's what he did with his mom's head. Took her vocal cords though. This I kind of teensy took his mom's vocal cords.
Careful what you say. I understand, but
took his mom's vocal cords and fucking put it in the garbage disposal. And when they shot back up at him, he was like, "Even after death, the bitch won't shut up." Because he couldn't, no matter what he did, he couldn't destroy her vocal cords, apparently. That is legitly from years of just pure yelling and just constantly using her vocal cords.
It's a taxing lifestyle.
They're so tough. So because your vocal cord is supposed to be like not really that tough of a meat. It's supposed to be stringy.
Or she toughened him.
Oh yeah, she definitely had toughened vocal cords.
Own actions and a lot of trolling, it all aggravated into the worst possible outcome that could have ever happened regarding their parent and themselves. And this is one of those things where even regardless of everything that's happened, at the end of the day, the only good thing that can come out of it is Barbara Chandler spends the rest of her life alone from this person, whatever that may be, and this person actually does go through therapy or at least goes through some level of medical attention that they so desperately need, all right, regarding, whatever's going on through their head. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Chan's been out of prison and bonded out, released by bail order, court order. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. The story is finally done. I don't really foresee anything coming out of this. Maybe an extra documentary video by Gino Samuel. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I wanted to add as much context as I reasonably could. I am out.
Unfortunately, Mutahar is wrong. That it's not the end of the saga. This is the beginning of a new saga. This definitely will become the beginning of a new saga. Chris Chan.
Street cred saga.
Again, we're gonna have to hold off on doing that. We're gonna have to hold off on saying that they got street cred right now. Until I can get back with my trusted sources that can confirm if the person's got streak. I don't think, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think they're going to.
Like, fuck who?
To be honest, I think that's gonna be on the level of people that diddle. Like you're in trouble. Like if you're put in population, it's not a good thing if you're a kid diddler. Like you're gonna get fucked up. Not just by because there's gonna be somebody in there that was affected as a kid themselves, and they're gonna take the opportunity to get revenge on
or even someone maybe who was even just raised by their grandmother too, and they're like, "You did that? What to the old lady? Hey, gonna fucking
yeah. I'm sure that it's not gonna sit well. It's not gonna set well.
Or sometimes it's like, oh, this person's popular and they have a lot of notoriety. I'm just gonna stab them so I can get attention.
And
Sometimes
I,
that's
stabbing
about it,
Chris
too.
Chan would not have stabbing Chris Chan would not have garnered any appropriate attention. Like, you wouldn't have gotten any good, like, not any attention at all. Chris Chan would have gotten more attention than you. It would have been like, oh,
I feel like
Chris Chan.
there'd be
No, it
some
would have been
light gang
Chris
stalking
Chan.
on like to find out who did it. Everybody likes to know the full story.
Maybe to get the guy killed. Like,
Yeah.
if Chris Chan's followers are rabid, and they legitimately would if you. There are some
He was
people out
awesome.
there. There are some people out there that fucking actually do see them as like a god figure and stuff. Like that's legit.
Yeah.
They do have a light cult. They do have a tiny like it's a maximum of 5 people, but that's still a cult. Even if all it takes is one follower. And you automatically
Yeah, you have those
the
type of
cult.
people. You even have the people that do want to see Chris Chan killed, but they want to be the ones to do it. It's like the Joker. They're like, you getting in on my territory.
So, but then
Took my kill.
There definitely would there definitely would be some repercussions if you did.
Oh yeah. It's like a curse.
I would not legitly. The amateur Aleister Crowley would probably pay somebody's commissary like a shit ton of money so they would stab the person that stabbed Chris Chan.
And then climax.
I see that happening. Oh yeah,
Climax.
it would be like Walter. It would be like we'd get a weird stipulation of he has to climax while he's stabbing the person.
Gotta time it.
Yeah, he's gonna. He tells him to do it. Make sure to do it precisely at like 8:10, so he can be climaxing at the same time.
Yes. God damn it.
Fucking, I need to look that guy up. I need, fucking Chris Chan #1 fan.
I'm your #1 fan. #1 fan.
I can't.
#1 fan.
I can't remember.
I saw the guy screeching in. I forgot to put that there.
This is none of this is. What is his fucking name? What would be his name? Starts with a J. I know it starts with a J. Chris Chan. Jacob Sockness. Is it Jacob Sockness? Was it Sockness? No. Yes, it is. It is.
Sockness.
Jacob. I knew it was something like that. For some reason, I didn't want to say that because it felt like it was someone you watched for some reason.
The Sockness Files. God damn, it's like fucking like looking in like some like weird like blacked out like government like research into something that like aliens or something that they didn't want to get out. These are the Sockness Files.
Oh man. Fucking. Fucking. Alright, so yeah, this is a bunch of weird, like, okay, no, this is not what we want. This is not what we want.
This is from Operation Blue Spike.
So, I think we are gonna go. Should we go with the longer video or the shorter video?
I feel like if we go with the shorter video, we'll end up you'll end up being like they're not giving us enough, and we'll end up watching the longer video anyways. So I think we should just jump to the longer video.
Gotcha.
And it's more recent too. It's 2 years and the other one's 3 years.
And
There's also an interview with Sockness, which we also got to put on.
Stop with the obsessions already.
But yeah, just in case, apologies for any background noise, by the way, that might be captured.
Stomp out bullying. Love our children, USA. Donate now. don't make them Christian. Please. This
Yeah,
is what
dude.
happens.
Yeah, this is what happens when you fucking bully somebody, man. This is fucking what
You know,
happens.
there is sometimes like somewhat of truth of like, like of anything of like any type of like some types of conflict and a little bit of like bullying, maybe just like a small bit of name calling now and then is good for character building, but
I wouldn't say
you gone too
bullying,
far.
but introducing
Ball
conflict.
breaking.
Introducing conflict, ball breaking, and introducing light conflict.
Ball breaking's the best because it gets them into the you get them into the friendly. You gotta break the balls,
Situations
and then you're like,
that require
hey.
situations that require problem solving. That that causes for intelligent problem solving.
So when I think of ball breaking, just be like, hey, breaking balls, but then you see they're having a bad day. You know what? Just gonna leave you alone today.
Yeah. But if you still make sure you approach the person and make sure they not having one of those days.
Like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm not giving you
Yeah.
shit here. Just wanna see what's going on. Sometimes you gotta. There needs to be affection in the ball break.
Let's be straight up and let's be honest. Sometimes if you see one of those kids that are like always quiet and they seem really, really just like over everything, you gotta approach them and be like, do you got a gun, man? Come on. Do you got one? Be honest.
I won't tell anybody. I won't tell anybody. Go see it.
Look. We can go see it. We can talk about it. We can hang out after school if you want.
Shoot some cans. Shoot some cans instead.
You love shooting cans. You love
cans are way better. We can get a bunch of jugs of milk and a bunch of things. They things splatter way better than a human body.
We get some watermelons, man. Yeah, man. Get some pineapples. Get a bunch of shit.
We can joke about this because I was that kid.
I wouldn't say I was that kid, but I
didn't have a gun though.
Kid. I could have been that kid.
But
if I
people
was
always thought I was that kid.
Thankfully, I was called a racial slur twice in 8th grade that spurred something in me. So I kicked. I have to say this. My friend was holding me back, so I kicked him in the shin, and I jumped over a table, and I was so high I was able to kick the person in the face that called me the racial slurs. And as I was falling to the ground, I started choking him, and that's after that. And I started hitting him repeatedly, and after that, nobody picked on me. So I had that added advantage of that day happening. So people were like, maybe we shouldn't. Because even that day, even I surprised myself. Like, I did not know that I had that in me. Like, I was like, I even had to tell, like, it wasn't my teacher, but the substitute teacher was like, I didn't see somebody of your size having that in you. I was like, I didn't either.
So when I was all like moody and emo-y, it wasn't. I wasn't in an environment where I was getting bullied at all. I was just like awkward and antisocial and didn't want to be around people.
Mine was generally I was a bit too high and I was thinking too much about the world. So I was getting sad.
And then I had to get a talking to because I had a really good detailed drawing. Yeah. I had a really good detailed drawing. It was probably the best drawing I ever done. I kind of wish I had that thing because like I'm not really good at drawing at all, but like for how bad at drawing I am, it was like the best and I just did it off of my hand. It was like the best pose of a hand ever. And then I had it just covered in a bunch of scars.
Nice.
And it just helped me scratched all over.
Hey, you being
and
creative.
then I scared my teacher with that.
My teacher, literally, I did something similar, but I took a tree and I took a drawn tree and stabbed it through a heart.
Oh.
But the teacher was just like, "Yo, that's so fucking good," and she put it on the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, "That's."
No, she was like legitimately like upset. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh shit, that fell out of my backpack.
My teacher, the teacher that I'm talking about probably would have just been like, "Oh, that's so fucking cool. Can I keep this? Can I put it on my wall? Nice." And the next day it would have been up there, and you could look at it all day and strangely feel satisfied. To be honest, I think because the teacher was like super kind to me, even though she kind of knew that I wasn't supposed to be in her class. I just liked being in her class because most of the people that I knew took her class.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, hey, I'll be in this class. I stayed in the classroom for 2 periods in a row, for crying out loud. But she never bothered me or said anything to me. She just let me do it. And the fucking day that I dropped out, she like was super happy for me for some reason. Like she was the only one that was like, "Oh, I know you're gonna fucking make it out there." And I was like, "Okay." Like she was like strangely positive that she was. I wish I remembered her name. I don't remember her name. Probably for the best though. But that she was one of the good ones. She was one of the very good ones. She wasn't the one teacher. She wasn't like the one teacher that I don't know if she made it up, but she I guess she heard a rumor of some kid like living and working at at a hotel, and like the hotel giving them a room to stay. Like they weren't living with their parents, and it got attached to me. So like the school like called my parents to tell my parents that, and I just, when I got home, I was just like, the fuck? Like, I'm not even at school enough to tell anybody. Like, first of all, everybody at school knows how I get my money. They all know I'm the like 3rd best weed dealer in school, you know. So I mean, that's majority of how I was getting it. Like, the fuck? Who is this? And the teacher that fucking made it, like I never even.
I like specifically the 3rd.
Yeah, because I bought from people at school, and there's 2 other people that I would buy from, and if one person like their stuff wasn't like smelling right, or I just wasn't really feeling it, I would go to the other person. Like he was my backup, because he didn't always have the good stuff, but it was always going to be better than what he was providing. So to be honest, I would say the quote-unquote backup was the best guy, because he was the most expensive. That's why I always went to the other guy. It's because cheaper.
Ah. Gotcha. And then you're 3rd best because you're given the second hand of both of these guys.
Yeah.
Is there a 4th one?
Oh, there's like 8 of us. There's like 8 of us.
Was there a notably a worst one?
There was one dude you did not go to because his stuff always made you violently sick. Like he did something.
Just putting like paprika in there.
I don't know. I mean it looked and smelled like the stuff, but you didn't.
Ooh, I wonder if he spray painted it to make it look better.
Maybe
that's what some people do.
I don't know, but it would make you deathly sick if you smoked his.
But yeah, that kind of sounds like it. I know people like
about 8 people.
People green him up.
eight students that and there had to be that many because we weren't always at school at the same time. So there's always some days that I couldn't go to my guys and I'd go to the other people, but most of the time those people were coming to me because I already went to the other guys the day before and bought them out, and I had
the whole economy.
Yeah, it was a nice little economy we had going. It did help that I strangely was able to loan shark a few people. Like, people would also borrow money from me, but I would.
See, a lot of
if
people would be disturbed by this, but this is you in school learning economics.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I would loan shark people too. Like, people would borrow money from me, and I would be like, "Yeah, you can
American
borrow $5.
economics.
You can borrow $5 from me, but I better get $10 back." And I always got my money back. Like, they would always pay me back. Like, there was the one time I got gypped. I got gypped one time, and it was a dude that he kind of called my bluff. But it kind of ran out in my favor anyway, because someone ended up stealing. Like, it wasn't me, but someone ended up targeting the guy and just kept stealing from him.
I don't
constantly.
actually care, but since it's become a meme on our channel, oh, you said gypped. Slur.
I'm canceled. I am
Canceled.
canceled.
The gypsies are coming for us now.
1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
The Romani.
Oh, man.
But hey, yeah, they. I don't know. They gotta let us go, because now and then one of them will pat a midget on the head. So.
Oh man, I hate that when we just finished it. I was watching an idiot blog with my dad. I hate that with Warwick Davis. They will not stop. They refuse. Like they kind of like I don't even understand where that would come from. Like how it makes them all. They always look so uncomfortable. They always look
Yep. But they want that good luck.
But yeah. Let's start this. We couldn't even start the video. Couldn't even start the video.
Seriously, please chill out. Chris, criticizing Sockness for his creepy behavior after over a year of it. You're not gonna believe the story of Jacob Sockness, who's one of Christory's most recent notorious characters. The things that happened between Jacob Sockness and Chris Chan are just going to astound you. Now, this is the first video we've had covering Jacob Sockness. If you're looking forward to it and half as much as I am, please hit that thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. With that having been said, let's begin. Stop with the obsessions already. Seriously, please chill out. Chris, criticizing Sockness for his creepy behavior after over a year of it. Jacob Justin Sockness, born April 1st,
I like how this guy is legitimately just doing what we do and reading a wiki article.
And somehow he's better at it still, because he's putting on this like really weird voice, but he's still reading it more clearly than us. But he's like reading it like he's like a fucking like he's reading a true crime.
Yeah. Like
a 37-year-old man from San Francisco. Do we just need to put on more dramatic voices? Is that the answer?
I guess, but it's hard to keep the dramatic voice.
Or maybe we'll actually make us focus on it more, and then maybe we'll be training ourselves better. So we'll be focusing on the voice. We'll kind of like how like people with a stutter or like something can like sing good because like they're focusing on the singing like better than they can talk.
Maybe we'll have to. You know what? This is something we'll just have to test out. We'll just have to test this out.
All right, we'll give us a little time, and we'll have to think of some good voice personas. Have to even add a whole story to them, give them a whole life.
Unfortunately, mine's just gonna be in a world. It's just gonna be that,
In
and
a
that's all I can
world
do. That's all
where
I
a
can do right
37-year-old man wants to fuck
now.
another close to 37-year-old man.
Yeah,
I don't know
it'll
how old he
literally-
would have been at this time.
It's literally just gonna be that. It's just gonna be that. I'm not gonna set anybody's expectations high because if you watch our true crime videos, you already know.
Well, good. Then I know what I'm expecting from you, so I won't accidentally copy it, and I'll bring something to a good counter of it.
Alright, you gotta counter my true crime voice. Alright, but let's keep going.
1983 is a 37-year-old man from San Francisco, California, who has the dubious honor of embodying every single aspect of the unholy tetrad over the course of his years of interacting with Chris. Sockness is a white knight, turned enabler, turned ween, turned A-log, who emerged in mid-2018 and was most active between July and November of 2019. Jacob has similarities with Chris, including believing he has magic powers and has built an elaborate fantasy universe into which he has appropriated Sonichu characters, with over a dozen installments that he believes really exist. While he was at first seemingly just another troll, Sockness would become openly malicious after establishing direct contact with Chris. In mid-2009, Sockness and Chris agreed to work together financially, following Chris's June 2019 ban from eBay. He achieved considerable influence
A little bit delayed reaction there because I'm watching it on the TV screen and lag, but just the pan down of the full picture of that picture of the shorts caught me off guard.
I was hoping we'd see because I've seen that picture a million times.
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. That's the real harsh truth about it.
Looks like he's fucking photoshopped like a different torso to the different like pair of legs.
Nope.
Oh shit.
over Chris's fantasy world, as seen in Sonichu 14. Most of his courting and enabling has been through Twitter, though he would also promote himself through Reddit, YouTube, and even Kiwi Farms. For months, the two would express interest in meeting in person, to onlookers' alarm. Yet, when Sockness would finally set out to travel cross-country to Chris's house in late September 2019, Chris rebuffed these efforts. Rehabilitation attempts over the following 2 months, at one point going so far as mutual flirting, could not ultimately repair their broken relationship enough to return to their former intimacy, and by the end of November 2019, they rejected each other again. He has been, however, no less persistent for all of his idle efforts, and by the end of March 2020, had again got a toe in Chris's door, though his current plans remain unclear. Discovery and motivations. Jacob.
What the fuck was with the piano? You did not need to add that, man. Did not need that.
Or did he? Look how does he have more subscribers than us? More views? Maybe we need to. Maybe this is what we need to be doing. I need to bust out the piano.
We just need to cover something where the Bloodborne's moaning, wisping wind actually like is fitting. Besides fucking bush rangers.
Mm-hmm. But I got a bass. I could always turn it on for like 1 second and just give us one little. Doo. Dramatic.
Hey, I mean, if you want to do that, I can't stop you from doing that.
You can't stop me.
But yeah, let's keep it going.
The idea, guys.
Was discovered by chance by Kiwi Farms user Neural while observing the many users surrounding Chris's Twitter posts. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that he also had a Kiwi Farms account under the name JacobJS. He accidentally doxed himself by linking to his Facebook and Tumblr that revealed his personal information. As he exposed himself on the farms, Sockness was considered to be a lolcow. Unlike the idea guys, who would interject their own themes into Chris's mind for their own amusement, Jacob seems to be
I
genuine.
remember that for your
Sockness
voice.
also controls several sock puppets to White Knight himself and converse with.
Lol cow.
Yeah, that instant. Yeah, it's a voice you can do.
No, it is.
All right, this guy needs to watch. He needs to watch out. We're coming. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you. I don't even know. To be honest, I need to listen back to the recording because I don't even know how good that actually sounds because it sounds terrible to me.
I also can't tell if that this might be an AI. It's like on the brink. It's on the very brink of me starting to think that it's an AI.
It might be, but I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna be listening a little bit harder this time. This way, gonna definitely see if there's any weird weird pronunciations of things
Oh yeah, for sure.
that are consistent. They have to be consistent,
All right, let's keep.
especially if he goes "lol cow" again.
With, while claiming them to be different people, like Chris's similar past attempts to cover himself. This picture over here is of Sockness posing next to a Sonichu through the years poster sold by Chris. As you're going to see in this video, Sockness has actually spent a considerable amount of money ordering Chris's items that he would sell on eBay, including posters, including shoes as well. We're going to be learning all about it. Christorians could not discern the true motivations behind Sockness's behavior. For a while, Jacob appeared to be the first true and honest believer in Sonichu and the Dimensional Merge after Chris, setting him apart from the various trolls, professing to protect Chris.
He did this AI. He can have this. I do not. This is one guy that I would not cover. This is, to be honest, I would actually kind of be disappointed in fucking in last podcast in the left if they covered this guy.
I mean, if they did, yeah.
so that's the I'm gonna hold us to the standards of we have to cover something they would at least cover, and I think they would cover most of the Bush Rangers we've covered so far.
Oh yeah. Though they probably would cover Chris Chan if it ended in murder.
Murder, yeah, it's gotta end in murder.
Murder.
Alright, let's keep going.
Yes.
And the many previous imitators of the idea guys pretending to belong to Chris's abortive cult. Over the months, evidence would gradually come to light that indicated that his feelings were not in earnest. In November 2018, Sockness admitted that he did not seriously believe in the Dimensional Merge. When Chris allowed Sockness to access his Twitter account in July of 2019, he boasted about it on Reddit, even claiming that his attraction to Chris was a facade. On September 21st, 2019, when a concerned onlooker tried to warn Chris that Sockness was tantamount to an idea guy, Sockness embraced the charges of manipulation, justifying his actions as protecting Chris from trolls. Speaking of ordering things from Chris Chan, would you ever order anything from Chris Chan or not? What if Chris Chan had a $20 Sonichu medallion you could order? Would you order that from Chris or not? Please let me know. I'd really like to hear from you in the comments. Early interactions with Chris.
$20.
The sacred shoes have
Not
samples of...
after. Maybe before the fucking of the mom, maybe, but not after.
Nah.
I mean,
nah.
before the fucking of the mom, definitely, but not after.
I would not be. That is one. If I bought one and I was looking at it and I found out, I would definitely have to destroy it. Could not keep it. Could not keep it.
What if I had one from before?
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's an artifact.
No, I could not.
It's a dark
artifact. You can keep yours, but I definitely would slyly bring it up every so often. I'll be like, well, you do still have your Chris Chan medallion, so
yeah, right by the glove that didn't fit for OJ.
So you just helping my case.
I'm not supporting them. I'm just saying I got them. If you already got them, it's a conversation piece.
It's a conversation piece that it's to a conversation you don't want to have.
I also have Hitler's upper lip with the mustache.
Now that.
How's that
is
better?
That is a room. That will fucking. That's a room crowder right there. Like, that is for sure. Everybody.
See, that's why I start with a Chris Chan one, then I go to the glove, and then I'm like, hey,
Hitler,
now for the finale.
You know what the difference? I can't believe you're even making me fucking do this, and I hate you for it. The difference between Hitler and Chris Chan is Hitler didn't fuck his mom.
That we know of. He was very attached to his mom. And that was actually one of the reasons that it was like his mom's death that fucking brought him to insanity, especially watching her die as horribly as she did from their weird, like, proto-cancer fucking treatments.
He didn't sexually assault his mom that had dementia.
I think what they had was probably consensual.
Hitler did all kind of horrible, fucking terrible things. Right? He did. But when you go, hey, this is Hitler's upper lip, people aren't gonna go, ooh, that's kind of weird. They're gonna be like, oh shit, that's the lip of that terrible dude.
Nah, there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be like, holy shit, Chris Chan's fucking medallion. They're still gonna be like that. They're still gonna be like that. The notoriety. The notoriety.
You spent $20 to get it. You gave Chris Chan $20. You supported. That medallion is proof that you supported Chris Chan. If you have Hitler's upper lip, that doesn't mean you.
Well, what if I trolled him into sending me one for
Hitler's
free?
upper lip doesn't mean you support Hitler. That's just mean you're a weird. You're me.
What if I trolled? What if I trolled to get it?
You're me that got to Hitler's body and got to cut off the upper lip. You know, that's where everybody. And I'm going for the fucking stash. You know, I'm going for the fucking stash.
Fine.
To be honest, the only reason why Hitler's upper lip would be beside Chris Chan's medallion is because I have Hitler's fucking upper lip and we live in the same house.
I did already say I established that I wouldn't have bought it after.
Yeah, but
I didn't see it. But if I already had it from before.
But that still means you supported him during the elder abuse and possibly still.
I don't know. People all love Michael Jackson. He's still on the radio. if I had Michael Jackson's nose, people wouldn't be, oh, that's weird. They'd be like, oh shit, that's Michael Jackson's nose.
Because I'm the one that has his nose. And you know what? You know what? Guess what? Not only do I have Michael Jackson's nose, I would have the collection, son of a bitch. All his noses. Everyone. The original, the burnt one from the Pepsi commercial, to the one that he died with. I'd have them all.
All in like a little butterfly like display case.
But that doesn't mean just because I have Michael Jackson's noses doesn't mean I gave him $20 while Michael Jackson was doing.
But if I already had it though,
I wasn't
from
even
before,
alive.
I already paid for it. Then I'm a pussy for trying to destroy the evidence of it.
You're not a pussy if you fucking make content of destroying if you go, oh shit, you gotta make a video of you destroying it. If you destroy it in private, then yeah, you're trying to hide your guilt. But if you make content with you destroying it, then
you're virtue signaling.
You're virtually signaling.
I'm sticking to my guns. I spend money on this.
Shouldn't support people.
It's a part of history.
Sexually abusing.
It's a part of history, unfortunately, and that was not known when I purchased it. It's like Ren and Stimpy. What if I like owned a Ren and Stimpy thing before it? I'm not gonna throw away all my Ren and Stimpy stuff.
But you're definitely, people are gonna.
It doesn't become a prideful thing anymore. It becomes a notorious item, like a dark artifact, and you keep that dark artifact. And you show it to your special friends.
But the average Joe is not gonna think that when they go and see your fucking Ren and Stimpy memorabilia shrine that you refuse to fucking get rid of. They're gonna go, oh, does she worship the guy? Does he look up to that guy? And then they will be, he might not know. Does he know? There will be that hair, but still, it's good. The Ren and Stimpy thing is still.
I never said it was a shrine. It's about like a box set.
I mean, you're putting it with my Hitler's lip and my Michael Jackson noses.
I guess if it was except it's just the notoriety though too. Like I don't know, somehow makes me want to keep it. The fact that they were a piece of shit. Also, like if you had it before and then you have it like now, like if you had like a signed like Ren and Stimpy box set. You'd be like, oh, but it's like there's also like it's also still history on it, you know.
Oh man, having it signed by him. Oh man. God. Ooh.
But what if it was like also signed by like Billy West too? So you're like, shit.
Yeah, you did that. That's the only way that would save it. It would have to be signed by other. If it's just signed by him. Then it's like,
yeah, it was just with John K.
God damn it.
It's like he was the only one at the convention.
You went to his booth and you went to his booth.
But it was before. It's like a George Costanza voice. It was from before. I didn't know then, and I already had it. Why do I have to get rid of it if I already have it?
I like how we're putting you on trial for having just a simple...
A hypothetical?
We're putting you on not just that, but hypothetically you owning a medallion and me hypothetically me owning Hitler's lip And Michael Jackson knows it's you. You're the one.
Shaming me for having the medallion. That you went and grave robbed these things. Like, fucking man, why you still have that thing? I'm like, because I only have the glove that didn't fit. I only have a 2-piece collection, and then it'll just be a 1-piece collection. I need a little bit to fill it out. I don't have the balls to go out there grave robbing.
See, I wouldn't blame you if you had the hand that the glove wouldn't fit on. I wouldn't blame you if you had that hand, and I wouldn't.
I just have the
blame
glove.
See, that's the problem. You need the hand. You should have the hand. If you took the hand, that gives me.
And I use the glove sometimes. I take it out of the collection, and then if it's cold, I can't find my other gloves.
That doesn't help you. Again, if you had the hand that the glove couldn't fit on, then yes, you would. Then I'd be like, yeah, that's a nice. But having the glove is problematic.
Why is that problematic? I didn't pay OJ for it. I got it. I got it from a police auction.
He probably gave it to you to try to dispose of the evidence, and you was like, yeah, fucking right. I'm not doing this. I'm fucking.
No, I would keep it up, OJ.
You was the second waiter that just so you just so happened to be late. You were late for the threesome, and thankfully it was in your favor because OJ handed you the glove and was like, "Do something with this, son," and ran off.
Well, goddamn. I guess you're not gonna like Osama bin Laden's hat either.
Nope. No, you see, you gotta have his cranium. You gotta have his cranium. See, you having his hat means you had a meeting with and he liked you. And
well, that's not fair.
No, see, having the hat means you had a meeting with Osama and he liked you. So he was like, "Hey, you're good, pal." And he took his hat off and put it on your head and was like, "There you go, buddy," and saw you off. That's how you acquired that.
All I knew was that there was some people in Afghanistan that had a bunch of Afghani Kush that had to move in, and I didn't know who it was.
You're not denying these hypotheticals. I'm just pointing that out.
Well, you got to reach out to in a lot of dark corners to get these dark artists.
You know what? I will let you have.
You got too many body parts. You're just taking body parts from everybody. You're gonna build a Frankenstein out of all these people? Let's make it into the worst monster.
Why you gotta 21 question me, man? Come on. Now you asking me why I got the body parts. You asking about monsters? Come on, man.
Why is there an instruction book of how to make a flesh golem?
You're asking too many questions. So, I might be trying to craft the most powerful being in existence. But it's gonna acquire a few body parts from some unsavory characters, okay? And again, I will let you have the glove if I can have OJ's hand.
But you know what? It's the opposite of problematic. Elizabeth Bathory's dodo. Can't say anything bad about this one.
Fucking dodo. What is it, like a stuffed dodo bird or something from?
No, it's a dodo. Elizabeth Bathory's dodo. Yeah.
Who's Elizabeth? Who's that again?
Elizabeth Bathory. She was the one that bathed in the blood of virgins, supposedly, but it was probably a bunch of people framing her to take her land. But supposedly she was accused of bathing in the blood of virgins to like, 'cause she thought it was like to give her uh eternal life. It was like 1400. She was a duchess.
I you can I can't judge you because I gotta have her skin.
Yeah, good luck with that. Pretty dried up now.
It, if the magic worked, her skin should be completely. It should be 100% youthful still.
If it worked, yeah, if the ritual works, yes.
Yep. So
You probably just replenish it with some. You're gonna need some virgin blood though. That's gonna get problematic. I mean, I
yeah.
can donate a little.
I don't need the blood. I don't need the blood. I just need the. I will have.
Oh
to,
shit!
I will have to preserve it.
We have access to virgin blood. I just realized that.
Oh yeah, you can donate. Fuck yeah, boy.
I'm of worth.
Hey, you need to watch out. You need to watch out for the witches, man.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, totally need to watch out. Totally don't need to.
Hey, you think so? But they'll fucking rip your rib cage open afterwards, man, and you don't want that.
I mean,
but
if I have to go out like a praying mantis, then
it's not like a praying mantis. Praying mantis, that's the head. This is having you screaming in pain and agony. Because you can't be enjoying it. To be honest, they might be doing it during, because again, you can't be enjoying it while they're doing. It will ruin the magic.
Oh, I'll ruin the magic.
Cat and doggy DNA, looking for the treasures of heaven. A single hair from Christine's head to put into an amulet of serious power to manifest one's dreams. This is a divine experience. Sockness. It's got a way with words, doesn't he? Sockness has spent hundreds buying items from Chris's eBay, notably buying his old shoes.
I don't know anymore.
I don't think so. I think this guy is just weirdly monotonic sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's also kind of
for worshiping.
Shout out to his skill,
you know.
Too,
yeah, shout out to his
the
skill,
fact that I think it's like a perfect AI.
And if monotonic is not a word, I apologize. But you know what? Fuck it. I just made a new word.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, boy.
You got Shakespeare.
Purposes. Chris blocked him on Twitter January 31st, 2019. By the 22nd of May, Jacob's YouTube channel was terminated, and his Twitter account disappeared. Still, this would not be the end of Sockness' involvement with Chris. He would create a new Twitter account named Chris King. On July 11th, 2019, while Chris was trying to raise funds for a hotel room at the 2019 BronyCon, a troll, Sonichu Merch, told Chris that Sockness might be interested in buying his bathwater. Chris saw $signs and followed Sockness. The Sonichu Merch guy told Chris I was interested in the buying some bathwater. The guy didn't know I have no money to buy it, due to issues with Social Security in May. Even if I had the money, Chris has to follow some exact rules to creating what I need from him. I need him to make and bless some holy water with his juices in it. Sockness explains why Chris started following him. After establishing direct communication with Chris, Sockness tweeted that he would open a vendor account on eBay for Chris, acting as warehouse, clearinghouse, and middleman. Chris responded with gratitude. The next day, Chris retweeted a GoFundMe campaign by Sockness.
One second. could not tell you either.
Fuck, did it just randomly fucking in my chat?
Fucking.
I think I bumped my headphones or something. So I didn't know I could just. I don't know what button that was.
It's probably not the same, but I know my hair, my headphones are so sensitive. My hair sometimes fucks it up.
Oh.
But yeah, it's not like we missed anything. But yeah, we're getting into the crazy magic stuff that Sockness is it that this, like I said, amateur Aleister Crowley is gonna get really weird. It's gonna get fucking weird.
To raise $300, nominally as a shipping fund. As of September 2019, Sockness has failed to restore Chris's access to eBay, which would be prohibited at any rate, though he has continued to set up GoFundMe pages for Chris's incidental expenses, as when his car broke down and needed $1,000 worth of repairs. Once Sockness had his foot in the door, he began talking about his alternate dimension fantasies, further enabling Chris. Firstly and mainly, I am not under anyone's control. And second, I still support the Rokot and all the good people in Andromeda. I need to meditate further for more sound responses and thoughts. For now, I will simply state that your research is valuable indeed. Going silent. Chris, addressing Sockness, he believes he is not under anyone's control while parroting Sockness's lore. We've got an image over here. White Knight Blueheart, Sockness' primary Twitter identity while planning to travel to Chris's home.
Can you see what he looks like? Can you see what he fucking... That's apparently Jacob Sockness. Right there.
Yes. Look at him.
Oh man, it's fucking...
He's a mage in his own right.
Hold on, they might not be able to fucking... Yeah, they're not able to... Hold on. I gotta get off the screen for a second. So everybody can see. Look at the fucking wannabe Aleister Crowley. He so fucking wants to be Aleister Crowley. Alright, we back up. And... continue.
Chris featured Jacoba, an original character created by Sockness in Sonichu 14. As Sockness put it, she drew Jacoba from one of mine when her CP...
I would call these seminal fluid. I would call it seminal fluid mages.
Come mages.
Yeah.
You pals wanted to see the Rokot. For most of summer 2019, the two would interact relatively little through other weens, though other weens would try to push them closer together. In August 2019, Chris, through his Magi-chan sock puppet on Twitter, naively dismissed Sockness' violent inclinations and approved the idea of him coming to visit. Subsequent interactions and Virginia trip. On September 7th, 2019, Sockness released a fabricated conversation between himself and Magi-chan from May 2019, in which he declared that he and Chris would need to meet in person and marry for the dimensional merge to proceed. Though Chris affirmed thereafter that the counterfeit dialogue was trustworthy and begged for the funding to travel to California, he changed tactics within a few days, stating on Twitter that Chris, in Magi-chan's body, had arrived on the West Coast from behind the dimensional curtain, while Chris's body was safely in Virginia. Nevertheless, Chris remained interested in Sockness coming to visit him at home. As autumn 2019 began, months of casual online role-playing would come to a head. On the 24th of September, Sockness reported that he had bought train tickets to make the transcontinental trip to Chris. He had made clear that his intent was violent on Reddit. However, only a day later, Chris posted a statement on Twitter along with a short audio clip. Chris releases a statement regarding Jacob's sockness, indicating his desire for somebody in Chicago would provide him with a return ticket. It seemed that Chris had a moment of clarity, long enough to realize the magnitude of what was going to happen. He elaborated on his decisions a day later, including a statement from one of Jacob's imaginary gods, Michiro. In his statement, Chris cited his health as unconducive to having guests, and that Jacob had gone down the path of evil. Chris also said that he foresaw that he and Jacob would end up in similar situation to how Chris and Cole Smithy are. On 26th of
Fucking whoo. The one time Chris Chan was smart. The one. Man, cause if this went through, this probably would have ended with this. Then it definitely would have ended with Jacob Sockness killing Chris Chan and probably Barbara as well.
And then it would be covered on the last podcast.
Oh yeah, then it would definitely get. But then I would not be feeling it. Everybody would not. It would be a very sad episode. It would not, because the whole time Marcus would have to warn everybody. It does not get better.
Yep. It's true.
Of September, Sockness admitted defeat, tweeting that his involvement with the dimensional merge has ended in failure, and that he would delete his Twitter account upon returning home. Chris would confirm that Sockness had turned back the next day. In a poorly thought-out attempt to save face, Sockness would later claim that the train ticket was his own forgery, and that the entire Virginia trip was a sham. Failed romance. Despite spending over $1,500 through the course of his failed bid for Chris' attention, Sockness remained determined to win his prize in the end, and managed to slither back into Chris' inner circle of orbiters despite his dangerous behavior. He apologized for his emotional outbursts and had indicated that he wishes to try visiting Chris again at some point in the future, making sure to bring a mutual friend along with him. When Chris declared on 28th of September his wish to attend BabsCon, a My Little Pony convention, then scheduled for April 2020 just outside of San Francisco, Sockness consoled himself that he would see Chris in person after all. However, they would not converse again for over 2 weeks after this. Halfway through October 2019, Sockness entered the picture again. On the 12th of October, Chris whined on Twitter about complaints from customers regarding the Patreon books that they had not received. Sockness, sensing an opportunity to regain access to Chris, discussed the matter with him, and then announced, with his approval, that he would be taking over management of the Patreon's financing, ostensibly to help, in a similar move to his managing Chris's eBay several months earlier. Emboldened, Sockness proclaimed on the 16th of October that he would fly to Virginia sometime about Halloween. He promptly resumed hitting on Chris over Twitter, while Chris playing into it. October. Sockness, commenting on a video clip of cosplayers kissing, said, "How about it, love?" At CPU CWC Sonichu, to which Chris answered, "I'm not gonna cosplay as Deadpool or a zombie, but we can kiss at the future time." Halloween 2019 came and went, with no indication that Sockness had flown to Virginia as he said he would. Shifting tactics. Sockness determined to cordon Chris off from other social interactions, establishing himself as the only one Chris could trust. On November 3rd, 2019, he managed to sour Chris' opinion of Null. Later that week, Sockness allied with a newly returned Sarah and Steve in Byzantine Twitter dialogues, defending Chris against other enablers who sought to gain influence over him. Among his methods to suppress rivals, Sockness would harass MKR Night-V in direct messages, further seeking to cut Chris off from other contacts, including those who genuinely mean him well, Sockness created a list of various Kiwi farms and Twitter users he deemed untrustworthy for criticizing his bid for control.
Definitely the type of person who wouldn't be as
Jacob
successful at
as a danger to
manipulating
Chris.
if it wasn't over through the internet.
Like
if it wasn't in person manipulating, I don't think this would have worked as well.
Oh no, definitely not. This guy would not is not able to do any kind of real manipulation because he even fails to do the manipulation over the internet. Like he can't even do that properly.
But he still kind of like semi-successfully just like kind of orbits around where everybody's like, it's that guy again.
Yeah, but everybody's aware of who he is and what he's up to.
But he still is successfully inserting in here.
Yeah,
somehow.
Clumsily. To be honest, he might as well just be tweeting, "Hey, I'm gonna manipulate y'all today," and people are like, "Okay, we'll pretend." Yo, look at this guy.
Yeah. Which I mean, he is a character. He's a lolcow in himself. So it's like, it's one of the Chris characters. So we'll bring him in.
Oh yeah, definitely creating content. Not understanding, or some of them do understand that they're putting Chris Chan in danger, and they're like, yes.
Oh yeah, this guy's totally gonna murder him. That'd be great.
Jacob is clearly unstable, with psychopathic tendencies. In his own mythos, he is the prophet of the god of war and death, Jacoba. It is telling that Jacob named a death god after himself. His books contain many references to himself as an evil entity, most bluntly put in Celestial Studies, where he goes, "Our job is to consume human flesh." In addition to this, a lot of his books contain rituals, most having graphic descriptions. In a 2018 interview, he says that he uses these rituals to get homeless people when he's bored. Also in that interview, he says in no uncertain terms that he would hurt Chris if his advances are refused. It is unclear if what he says really happens. What matters is that Jacob thinks that he's hurting the homeless and summoning demons, which is just as bad. Chris tries to hand-wave these glaring faults in Jacob's online persona by saying that everything bad Jacob has done, he did because he was possessed by...
This is the very first I've ever heard of Jacob Sockness claiming to kill homeless people.
Oh.
He did claim to summon demons, but I've never seen him claim to ever kill a homeless person. I might have missed it. That is possible, but I have no fucking clue where that came from. I have no clue.
I don't know if it was like a troll, because wasn't there like one time when Chris Chan was like bringing up a serial killer, and it was obviously like one of his trolls that were.
Oh, that was
way
way back. That was way back. They had Ted Bundy.
Who was the serial killer?
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
That's pretty old. Yeah.
Maybe it's like that.
Like Ted Bundy hasn't Chris Chan has learned of Ted Bundy because does not incorporate Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy hasn't been part of the lore in years, and thank God.
Okay.
by Jacoba, despite Jacob saying that it is impossible for Jacoba to possess him. Jacob claims that Jacoba is responsible for the red tape preventing the merge, and tries to hold it hostage, claiming it will only happen once he hooks up with Chris or they do a sacrifice. Although it is not known for certain what would happen if Jacob and Chris met, it would certainly not be good. Friend zoning and second estrangement. I was following the request of Magi-chan to keep on with Jacob, yet my feelings for him have developed during the months. As for the present, I had to cool the romance, because even I knew the whole time it was not meant to be, and Jacob's usefulness had become compromised. Chris, explaining his reasons for involving himself with Sockness to a random ween. Pressuring Chris to abandon his other contacts ultimately backfired. Chris received the list itself lukewarmly, while he affirmed that he was in love with Sockness. He still maintained some reservations. He challenged Sockness, noting that the list consisted mostly of Sockness' own enemies and asking whether he would be blacklisted, also were he to turn on him. Sockness went on to defeat the various pretenders to his position without much fanfare, though in vain. Chris was repulsed by Sockness' professed associations with demons and issued a statement on November 28, 2019 that he was not in a romantic relationship with him, and moreover that the dimensional merge would be endangered by such intimacy with him. His decision was applauded by other enablers, some of whom had become Jacob's targets. Nonetheless, Chris still counted Sockness as a friend and thought of himself as protecting him against demons. As had come to pass 2 months earlier, when Chris disrupted his journey to Virginia, Sockness responded to the word that he had been rejected with rage. He delivered an ultimatum to Chris, threatening to revoke his tacit permissions to use his fictional setting in Sonichu and pursue him for copyright infringement if he continued to use them, unless they got married. While Chris agreed, apathetically, no longer to use Jacob's demonic characters in his own works, he displayed, in a Parthian shot, his usual comprehension level of how intellectual property works. Chris's own experiences and memories of Jacob's fictional universe were inviolable. Sockness remained adamant, sternly reiterating the legal limits on what Chris could do financially with his characters in an endeavor to bring him back into his flabby arms. Holding firm, Chris stolidly divested himself of him by writing off their past business together as being at Magi-chan's request and describing Sockness as having outlived his usefulness. Neither would speak to each other again for over 3 weeks, and their friendship was dealt a hard blow. December 2019 would see Chris's relations with Sockness continue to sour. Against Sockness' order not to use his fantasy world, Chris would release on 16th of December 2019 a trading card declaring that his final triumph over Jacob and his infernal horde was assured. Later that month, Sockness sought to spark conflict between Chris and an enabler, but Chris recognized and dismissed these as the fabrications they were. Even Jacob's plan to confront Chris again at BabsCon was derailed. The convention was canceled in March 2020 due to the risk of getting sick. Unlike the deep scars left to the Sonichu canon by the Idea Guys, Sockness' contributions, if not rejected outright, seem to have been turned on their head and made impotent to warp Chris's thought any more than it already is. For once, it appeared that Chris had actually managed to evade one of his malicious orbiters. Any newfound optimism onlookers might have found in Chris's ability to discern his enabler's true intent turned out to be misguided. Through early 2020, Chris had fallen into further occult practices.
About it like an emperor,
On 31st March 2020, Chris built a pagan altar in his bedroom, according
all the weird orbiters around them.
Yeah, this is fucking just... This is crazy. This is nuts.
He was the king of fools.
Like,
the king of fools.
I get everybody laughs at this little incident in Chris Chan's hit, but the not the implication, it's not the implications, just the sheer fact that all this took was one misstep from Chris Chan, and it would have ended in murder. Like, if Chris Chan wasn't... Thankfully, either Chris Chan or somebody that actually cares about Chris Chan was on point and made sure that this did not happen.
Yeah.
to instructions found in one of Sockness's books. Soon thereafter, April 6, 2020, Chris followed Jacob again on Twitter.
Why did that date have to fucking come up? Why that date? That date of all dates.
What date?
April 6th. It just had to come up. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Chris Chan followed Jacob. I guess again. Happy birthday to me. Woo.
So since every time we hear 420, we smoke for
some shrooms would do you justice. Some shrooms. You really should be taking some shrooms.
Maybe you
a
should
little
like
bit of acid.
assault a government building.
I don't. I
In
would not say
Minecraft.
that. I would not.
In Minecraft.
You're messing my day up, man. You're messing my day up. This is this is the day to trip. This is the day you can at least acquire one level, but you have to donate $100 on this day. That's actually a discount.
You're saying we're taking back January 6th?
I'm keeping April 6th. I'm keeping April 6th. Yeah,
Oh,
fucking.
I thought it was January 6th.
No,
Well,
we're
what's,
talking
what's
about
April 6th?
my birthday. You son
Their
of a
birthday?
bitch.
Oh.
You son of a bitch.
I don't know. Everybody I know.
You're
has a
ruining.
holiday.
You're trying to ruin my day now.
Oh.
Oh, thank God I'm not born on January. I would never be able to celebrate my birthday ever again.
No, I just had a stroke.
Just saying, like, even though, like, if I was born on, like, anybody born on January 6th, now you're gonna have to strongly emphasize that it's your birthday that you're celebrating.
Go damn.
What precisely Sockness is doing is unknown. He restricted public access to his Twitter account on April 19th. Re-emergence.
We should have got
No,
born on
at least
Valentine's Day,
not
then I can
yet.
remember it.
Chris, July 15th, 2020.
I actually know someone that was born on Valentine's Day. Yeah.
That's how I was always able to remember all of my family's birthdays. Except I still have a problem with my mom's, and I used to still, like, maybe a couple years ago, until like I did like 1,000 fucking job applications. Sometimes I kind of forget my own.
Damn.
But I can remember my dad is Christmas. I have a sister New Year. I have a sister. It's the first day of summer.
Fucking I have a.
I don't know starfishes. I can't tell you what starfishes is right now.
I can't tell you off the top of my head. I want to say that it already passed, to be honest.
Maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
I know when I can never remember birth dates unless it's around the day. Like, for some reason it'll just randomly, like, I'll get the feeling of, oh shit, I need to say happy birthday, and I'll randomly text someone and say, hey, I don't know if I might be late, I might be early, but happy birthday. And I'm usually dead on. Like, it's usually the day most of the time. Or
to a fan asking whether he and Sockness are dating. Though Sockness had managed to make a reappearance in early 2020 and had attempted to get his foot in the door, it wasn't until summer 2020 when Chris finally started humoring him in public again. Even so, Chris became increasingly dissatisfied with some of Sockness's behavior, openly rebuking him over Twitter. Therefore, all of your information is false, and once again, you can shut the heck up about this BS. End of discussion. Zoom. Sonichu, rebuking Sockness over Twitter over his creepy behavior and attempts at manipulation. As a result of Sockness' secretive behavior, much of what he has done with regards to attempting to get his foot back in the door with Chris can only be ascertained from Chris's comments and retweets on Sockness' posts. In early July 2020, Chris rebuked Sockness while playing as Sonichu for his creepy behavior, and then told him, in no uncertain terms, to shut the heck up. When Sockness attempted to trick him into believing he had a 10-year-old illegitimate son born from his fleeing with the prostitute Mia Hamm, even though Chris remained under Sockness' thrall, still believing other enabler forced events to be true in the same breath, it was clear that once again, he managed to discern reality from fiction for just long enough to shoot down Sockness' misbehavior, if only for a few moments. With the cancellation of BabsCon due to lockdown, he claims to have caused storms over China for stopping his plan to meet the goddess. Second blocking onwards. In July 2020, Chris got in yet another Twitter spat with Ben Saint. This time, Sockness decided to butt in and add his own flavor to the... This proved to be the last straw for Chris, who called Jacob out once more before blocking him. Whether this will be the last of Sockness' many attempts to worm his way back into Chris's life is unknown. Sockness now posts occasional rants against Chris on his Twitter, specifically attacking Chris for his opposition to P-Murd, who Jacob supports with a religious fervor. It remains to be seen what Sockness will do next, or if there will be anything at all. However, he was unblocked by Chris on the 16th of November 2020, only to be blocked again about a week later. If you made it this far, you must really love learning about this stuff. Check out our playlist with over 300.
That's the last fucking thing.
Hell no.
I do not love learning about this stuff at all. But,
Also, I love how religious Christian is still when like
it's
they've just
weird,
done
they're
things beyond
religious.
gay.
well, they're religious, but they're kind of more. I hate to put them in the camp, but they're more of an ominous than anything else. They they're not gonna.
They have a chance to be in our cult.
Yeah. They just have to learn individualism, and we have to find a way for them to repent. It's gotta be something. But I'm not sure what it could be.
You're just trying to get his fucking fingers.
Why would I want his fingers?
For the collection. For your collection.
Why the fingers? What's so?
Because if he's in the cult, then one of the punishments. I remember there's some finger removal.
You're not understanding. My collection, there's reasoning behind it. There's fucking reasoning. There's a reason why I would have Hitler's upper lip with the stash on it. There's a reason why I would have all of Michael Jackson's noses. There's a reasons why I would have OJ's hand. That's the.
You can't keep OJ's hand. It takes away from my club.
You did not want OJ's hand. You're the one that didn't want the hand. You kept going on about the glove. Oh, the glove. Now you want the hand.
I don't want the hand either. The hand. You brought this hand in and it's caused me trouble. It's because I had the glove first. I had the glove first.
There's a reason. There's a reason why I want Rasputin's eyeballs. You know, that's the thing.
Why do you want OJ's hand?
That's what holds the power. That's what holds the power. Michael Jackson's noses is what held the power. Hitler's mustache is what held the power.
Oh shit!
Don't you get it? If I was gonna get? There's not a single fucking body part. There's not a single Christian body part that I would want. Not a single fucking one.
But damn, not even his.
Honorarily, no. I gotta think about that. Do I actually want? Would I be? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I could have the taint. I don't think I could have his taint. No, I can't have the taint vagina. Nah, that would be too weird. I'm already having to explain.
It's definitely getting to Dahmer levels.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit harder to explain. Honorarily, I would have his, his unicorn horn. That honorarily, I would have that as a body part. His unicorn horn.
Well, there you go.
And you could have the medallion. You could have the medallion. You want the medallion so fucking bad.
I'll destroy the medallion if you destroy OJ's hand.
I ain't destroying OJ's hand. You can fucking forget it. Stop. Why you keep bringing up the hand?
Because I outshined the glove. The glove was supposed to be one of the main pieces.
I tried to give you.
And I had it first, and then you come with OJ's hand after I've been talking nonstop about the glove.
I saw the glove. I saw the glove on the shelf, and I was like, oh. Yo, I know what he would love, and I went and I got you OJ's hand, and your ungrateful ass was like, oh, I don't want the hand. So I kept it, okay? What was I supposed to do? Not keep the hand? I have OJ's hand. The hand that the glove wouldn't fit to, so they had to acquit. That hand, that fucking hand, I forget, was it the right? I don't know, it might have been the left. I don't know, but I got that fucking hand. You kidding me? You fucking kidding me?
That hand is powerless without the glove. The power lies within the glove.
You just tried to take away from my hand. You just trying to take away from my hand. But you know what?
It's a magical glove that won't fit afterward to save you from court.
I also have Michael Jackson's noses, son of a bitch. I even have the one that was burned during the Pepsi commercial. What then?
Damn.
Rasputin eyes. The Rasputin eyes. See, my collection is the most metal fucking collection there can be.
Well, fine. I guess you don't. I guess you have the best collection ever, and mine could just be.
But it's not complete.
No one has to ever see mine.
That's the problem. I'm trying to think. Of other people. Fucking Harvey Weinstein. Not Harvey Weinstein. I don't even know why I've fucking brought that. Fucking Lee Harvey Oswald is what I was trying to say. I have no reason, no clue why I said Harvey Weinstein. But fucking Lee Harvey Oswald. I want his trigger finger. The trigger finger.
So you're probably not going to be cool with me having Harvey Weinstein's walker that he pretended to be crippled with.
No, you can have that. I don't know. Why would I care?
Oh, good. Okay. No, I'm not confident enough to show this one in the main display yet.
But yeah, fucking Lee Harvey Oswald. I want his trigger finger. I want the fucking trigger finger of Lee Harvey Oswald. That'd be cool. Fucking this is gonna be uncalled for in a little blue, but Madame Blavatsky's fucking whole I gotta have her whole reproductive system. Gotta have cause wasn't she a virgin? She was a virgin, right?
I don't remember. I didn't listen to that one very well.
I can't, but still, it's still powerful. It's Madame Blavatsky's reproductive system. Come on, if you don't know who Madame Blavatsky is, you need to do the research. I am not here to try to teach all the magic today. There's not enough donos for me to teach the magic.
Well, I hope you'll like my present that I got you in this little box right here. Why don't you open it up?
Oh, what is it? What is it? What's in the box? What's in the box?
It's Joan of Arc's tits.
Oh shit! Yeah, boy! Oh yes! Oh shit! Yes! Oh boy! Oh, I'm not even a tits guy, but these are the Joan of Arc's tits. Oh, those. That's
You
a
better,
good,
you better get those
that's-
attached pronto, because I want to
that-
see them in action.
That is a good. That is a good. Unfortunately, I'm not attaching them, but that is a good get to put on the shelf.
Damn.
That is a good get to put on the shelf. Oh, you've been. I had this best history fucking episode ever. I knew it was coming too because I knew.
I've been waiting for
loosely-
that for a long time.
I fucking loosely knew about Bluebeard, so as soon as I saw Bluebeard, I was like, "Oh shit, they gotta bring Jonah Ark. They gotta bring Jonah of Ark."
Yeah, boy.
Oh man!
I've been saying that. I've
You
been
know,
saying that for years.
Now that I got a pair of tits, I need to get an ass. I need to get an ace. You can't have the best pair? Apparently, the best holy magical pair of tits
Oh,
without
you,
a powerful
I got-
magical ass.
I do have Mark Zuckerberg's ass right here.
No,
Sure?
no.
I'll
I would have to have his. I would have to have his lizard scales. Thank you very much. I'm not a prude.
Oh yeah, no, this
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't.
Unfortunately, his ass is the only place he doesn't have scales.
Yeah. So that's not. That's not.
It's
Whose ass? I don't even fucking know why. Aleister fucking Crowley. Gotta have his. Get the most.
well used.
The most. It's not just the well used. It's the most powerful power bottom in history. In history. He's the only fucking dude in history that can claim to be plowed for 2 weeks straight.
Damn.
Not sure if that's something you should be proud of, but it's something he can be fucking. That's something he can tout.
Definitely want to check the Carfax on that ass. Because that's well over the mileage.
Oh yeah,
recommended.
definitely well over the mileage. Because they done multiple magical rituals, but the power that is in that ass. That's the point of the collection. That's the point. There is magical power within the collection, and that's the whole point.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have magical. You gotta have that zhuzh. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
talking about.
Just before you put it on, just be sure to check the oil first.
I don't put on these parts. What now you're saying I'm
I thought-
putting on the parts. I'm not. I don't put them on. I don't put them on. I was supposed to make a flesh golem, and now you're saying I'm putting them on.
I thought at one point like the eyes of Rasputin was gonna be attached to you, so I think I got confused there.
I might do that, but that's just because those are some powerful fucking eyes, and I wouldn't mind to have that. I wouldn't. See, not many people realize Jim.
I'm a picture of you, and I'm picturing you with OJ's hand.
That's what I was gonna.
But hey, if you ever see some, you can always do a black power symbol, and it would still work.
The repercussions of having to explain why.
Oh, I just got it from OJ.
It's fucking- Then people have to worry, like, is OJ just running around with one hand? Or does he have my tiny white hand?
He's like, it's like face off, and he's hunting you down. Put his hand up.
Oh my. We have another movie, baby.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, we are so making that movie with Orca 2. Oh, it's gotta be made. Oh man.
Goddamn.
Shit. Oh man. God. I best bit ever.
Best bit ever. There you go.
Hey, we gotta wrap up. That's
You gotta
why.
wrap up.
Yeah.
You wanna wrap up just with a video, not like a short one, or did you just wanna wrap up?
Did you have one in mind?
I just had a closer,
I'm
like a minute-hour one.
well, I'm kind of scared to load the playlist.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know what it's called if you just want to type it in.
Yeah, I can.
Just checking. Minute hour.
Just checking. Minute hour. Alright. Do we want to watch the animation that was posted 7 days or the original?
Yeah, we do the animation.
It's shorter. That's why I was asking.
Just checking. Oh yeah, the just checking thing that has like multiple ones in it. So yeah, do the animated one.
Okay, good. Give me 1 second. I have to make sure that I am get this right. Alright.
Check. 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 Excuse me. Oh, hello. Hi.
Hey.
Why are you saying check? 'Cause we're playing checkers?
Yeah.
Yeah. You say check in chess. Oh, you say check in chess.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you say check in chess, do ya?
Yeah.
Oh, never heard that one before.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Between the game of chess and checkers, which do you think will be the one that requires you to say check?
Checkers.
I agree. You see, pal, these are the checkers. And you know what they do? They check. They check and check and check and check. Every time they move, check. Check over here?
Check.
Nope. Check over there?
Check.
Nothing. And what are they checking for?
Oh, man, don't
They're
even know.
checking first most for enemy checkers. But, of course, there is the long game goal of checking for their checkmate.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at this. Dual stack of checkers. This is a checker that has found his checkmate.
Yeah.
They're checkmating right now in my hand. Look at that. It's beautiful. You can hear them. You see, a checker paired with his checkmate gives it a new dimension. It allows him to survey the board he's been checking so obsessively. Now he's free to check wherever he likes. And this is the checker's ultimate dream, to have his checking powers go unchecked. And that, my friend, is checkmate. Well, it's certainly an interesting way to play checkers. Well, you should see the other things we do at checkers.
We play checkers with Oreos.
Yeah, that's how we split a box. Is it a box of Oreos? Because it's not really a box, is it?
Yeah, I don't
All right,
know,
well,
man.
you two have a good day. Oh, I'm sorry, our checker talk isn't enough to keep your attention. Too simple for the almighty brain of the chess player. Maybe if we were playing with 10K poker chips, maybe then you'd give a damn, huh? I mean, that would be more exciting. What do you say, Tom? You ready to lay it all on the line for this fazoo? Play for keeps? Keepsies?
Thought we said we wouldn't do that anymore.
Come on, Tom. I know you miss it, just like me.
Still owe me for the last time.
I don't owe you shit. I bought you that whore in San Francisco.
She wasn't a hoe. She loved me.
You're a damn fool. Okay, fellas. I really gotta go. Nice meeting you. Oh, we was just about to start.
Yeah, we was just talking trash, mister.
Hang on, you can bet on the winner.
We'll give you good odds.
No, I gotta go.
I don't know if it's copyright or not.
Yeah, that's why I'm ending it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice and tight. Very nice and tight like a tiger.
Because we're always talking shit on people playing checkers when we were playing chess. Thought it was time to give the checker players time to speak.
the time to give them their due.
Their due. Every dog has its day.
Hey, every dog has its day. At least twice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but fucking, how long have we been streaming? 3 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes. You know, I'm gonna call it a short one. Oh yeah. So it will be the short outro. And let me mute that. And let me mute.
Bye, bitch.
Nice.
I'm a weirdo? Yeah. Why do I have a picture of his asshole if I'm a weirdo?
Because the reptilians essentially are just parasites. Like, they just go from place to place, suck up all the bad juju, it's like suck up everything that they can.
And what do they do with the energy?
They are evil.
You are self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the fuck are you? You nothing. You nothing. You are nothing. And you will never be anything. Never. How dare you? How dare you? You miserable, mediocre nothing. Accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker! Say you're a good dog! Motherfucker!
Give the gas and juicy slice. Hot drinks really get you going. Warmed you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day.
No! Don't drink the Jesus juice, Macaulay Culkin! You're going to get raped! My goodness, right.
Knives are also bad.